Okay. Hello, welcome to the Borgata Spring Poker Open final table for this kickoff event here at BetMGM Borgata. There's a $1 million guarantee for this event. It was a $500 buy-in, and now we are down to the final 8. I'm Nikki Limo in the booth with Sethi Poker. Do you like to go by Sethi Poker or your actual name?
Yeah, no, Sethi Poker works very, very well. I think at this point everyone just refers to me as Sethi.
Yeah, that's what the people know you as, Sir Sethi Poker.
They know me as the guy that makes them laugh on the internet sometimes.
Sometimes. Sometimes. All right, we're doing some intros here for our players. This is Brian Tolley from Medford, New York. David Adam Castrillo from Pennsylvania. We'll figure out what the blinds are so we can get an accurate stack count later. Chris Lovett. I like the smiling. That was sweet. From Morristown, New Jersey.
A lot of East Coast folks.
Yeah, we are here on the East Coast in Atlantic City. David Stevens from New Jersey, which I had to find out that was actually the Atlantic Ocean outside. I thought maybe, I don't know, it was a river or something.
Aaron Hendy from Columbia, Maryland. I actually got to talk to him before this. He said he's a lock for winning this entire thing. I didn't say it, he did.
He does have a lot of chips.
He does have a lot of chips.
It's good to have if you want to be a lock on the tournament. Dennis Curlian
contract after here.
from Brooklyn.
Gonna be in Macy's catalog next week.
You need to stretch out.
It seems like these players are very, very deep which is going to be interesting for this final table dynamic.
Yeah, this tournament started with 100K in chips, which is crazy deep. Like halfway through, they were at still like 100 big blinds was the buy-in stack.
If there's a big hand, I'll be like, oh shoot, let me think about this. Getting
a little table talk going.
I came in, I didn't bring not one of them.
Next time when we meet again.
We advertising, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I'm about to have my wife bring that shit up.
It seems like we have some characters on the table today. I'm very excited to hear what they have to say. I know the 2C was also talking to me before this, and he was also pretty confident in his abilities. It sounds like he's sun-run the first couple days of this tournament.
Oh, yeah?
So
that's always something good to have.
It is, and a lot of times that's what's going to happen when you end up at the final table. So I think he's hoping that continues, and I imagine those sunglasses are going to be on at some point. So I'm very excited to see what that looks like.
We're hitting on the guys soon, dude.
Here are the payouts. First pays over 200,000. Guys, this was a $500 buy-in.
Wow.
Second place also over 100K at 145. Third almost at 100K, just brushing it. 99,000. There's a lot up top. All of these players have 20K on lock and looking to spin it up.
Cool structure. Does anybody do it better than the Borgata? I don't think so.
No, this is such a fun structure. And leading into, you know, the WSOP season, great bankroll builder.
That was 9 cards, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, bring that back, bring that back, bring that
Looks
back.
like the blinds that we're coming back to are pretty easy to calculate. The big blinds, 500,000 and a million. So yeah,
some round even numbers.
These players are deep. Just from what we saw already, someone has 76 big blinds, which play a lot of tournaments. It's not that often that everyone's.
Apparently this played till 5 in the morning, I think, something like that. Something, the wee hours of the morning.
I mean, just shout out to these players. That is such a grind. What are they on, day 4?
This is day 3.
Day 3?
Yeah.
Day 3, and you're playing until 4:30 a.m. the night before.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. These guys are some absolute grinders, but when there's this much money on the line, I guess I could probably stay awake too.
So here we are at the top. We got 92 big blinds was like the biggest stack at the table.
Wow.
We'll see if he utilizes the big stack to bully the medium stacks.
I think
I will. First, let me see, then I'll put it there.
If you get them up, you know the routine for me. Raise it up. Oh.
2.3. 2.3.
Yes, 2.3. I'm sorry. Oh, I am losing it today.
So we got an open here with the King 10 off, and there's a King 10 suited in the cutoff. Rajesh is going to, looking like he's going to call.
You're good.
I feel like we should do our own commentary,
Let's
so we
see.
don't need the announcers. What do you think?
Go for it. Oh, Chris waking up with aces in the big blind. What a spot. First hand in at the final table. You wake up with aces in the big blind. You got 14 bigs. Probably going to be a shove.
I'm all in.
Yep, there it is. And to be fair, ranges should be a lot tighter on the final table. So, you know, King 10 off, quickly folds, gets out of there. Rajesh with 12
Should I show the block?
12 big blinds. The King 10 suited.
He's going to show the bluff. Oh, jeez. I was going to ask you, how do some of these middling stacks adapt on a final table like this when maybe there are some really short stacks and then you have someone with 92 big blinds? Are they going to tighten up and really just play pretty
Absolutely.
linearly?
What you should do is tighten up a lot, like tighten up, and then what you think is tight, go even tighter. If you're a middle stack, you're waiting for these short stacks to bust, because if you look at the payout structure, the money is at the top. So each jump is a huge jump in profit.
Cost me 400K by
And
being so slow with that.
whereas in cash games, when you fold, it's zero equity,
Yep.
it's zero EV, you know?
Yep.
In a tournament, especially at the final table, you're actually making EV by folding. So
15. Thank you. That's all I can.
you cannot play like you did at the start of the tournament.
So I imagine we will see the person with 92 big blinds playing a lot of hands and playing fairly aggressively, at least towards those middling stacks, who are forced to fold in some spots.
I mean, yeah, when you get a big stack, that's the fun part.
That is the fun. That's the fun part of
Have
poker, is
fun
when you
with
can
it.
bully everybody.
But know that those short stacks are going to be looking to double up. So you don't really want to double them up.
Yes.
Put the pressure on them. More so the middle stacks.
I'm like an old person looking at these things.
We got our chip leader on the button here, David with ace-6 off. Chris going from the best starting hand to the worst starting hand in poker. It's okay. Good to have the aces first. He wants to show it.
It's always a humbling moment to be brought back down to earth by the poker gods.
David S. gonna peel from the big blind here with this 7-4 suited. Oh, it does flop a 7.
The best
Middle
of
pair.
it.
Probably going to feel pretty safe after that check back on flop from David. David with a gut shot.
Both players with a gut
Yeah,
shot.
both
A four
players
would,
with a gut shot.
4 would actually be a pretty spicy card.
Oh, they both named David too. There's the 6. The bink for David S. Always feels good when you are the short stack in the hand. Hit your straight. Does give David A pair though. You might consider calling. I think he's gonna let it go though. He is.
I'm sorry, what's your name again? Dave. Dave? Yep.
Dave, David. 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 Dave, David.
You'll see the bluff in half an hour.
Is that how it works?
Not gonna show it the time.
These bluffing hands are pretty strong.
Yeah, I agree. It's always a funny dynamic when you're playing on stream and you know everybody's going to see the cards eventually. So do you lie? Do you tell the truth? Does it matter?
I don't even want to say in the middle of a hand.
He'll settle in. He'll be fine. If we don't bust him by
You
then.
can't reach that right there. And you're a tall guy. You got long arms. You can push it right there.
Yep.
We'll make it work, guys. Appreciate it. Good teamwork, good teamwork.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Intimidation. Why are you looking back at me like that?
I'm wondering why you're looking at me.
You scared?
I thought you were like trying to see if I was looking at your cards or something.
No.
Just trying to intimidate you.
I thought you looked, so I looked to see your reaction if you looked. And when I turned, I seen you didn't look.
Stone cold.
David's going to bump it up with the Jack-10 offsuit.
Everybody fold it to me? You bet. What's the...
Oh, and look at this. The Davids are going to clash again, this time David S. with pocket queens.
David S. spinning up his stack. Started with 23 big blinds, 24.
finds the non-all-in 3-bet. I think that's pretty standard, probably. Oh.
15, 14.
It's a very large sizing. Jack 10 is just going to fold.
Yeah. Pretty strong to bet half of your stack.
Agreed. I think maybe if you're going to 3-bet non-all-in there, maybe just closer to a click sizing.
Queens, ladies. They all look alike to me. Men and women, or just the queens and kings?
But taking it down nonetheless, which you can never complain about chips coming your way.
Only king that has a one eye is a diamond king. Every other king has two eyes. Look at it, the cards.
Same thing with the jacks, one-eye jack.
Yeah. The diamond king is only one eye.
Ace King suited for David A. Everyone's picking up premiums.
I think it's just the Davids that are picking up premiums.
Just the Davids.
I think mostly, I mean, obviously, well, I think it was David that had aces, no?
Yeah? Oh, no, the other David had aces.
One of the Davids.
One of the no, Chris had aces.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
it's Chris.
The other David had queens.
Yes. Queen Jack suited is definitely a pretty one, but from the small blind, it'll be interesting to see how he handles this one.
David's been the big stack, trying to push around the medium stacks, but medium stack's been waking up with it. Aaron now with Queen Jack suited, beating on a caller raise.
Bit of an awkward spot from the small blind. Can you be putting in many small blind calls?
He's also like the second biggest stack at the table.
Yes.
So personally, I would avoid the other big stack. But, you know, one pot win and he takes the chip lead.
Of course.
So might be
I don't blame him at all. Queen Jack suited is a very pretty and playable
and
hand.
he would know, he knows that David A is opening a little bit wider than the rest of the table because he's the chip leader. So maybe a good spot to take the 3-bet. And does make the fold. David A jamming that ace king suited.
I always felt there should be a minimum arm length requirement for dealers. You know,
Chip leader versus second chip leader violence right there. The other stacks love to see it. They would have loved to call, but Queen Jack suited obviously is just going to get out of the way.
You don't want to lose your tournament life on the final table as the second biggest stack
No, no you don't.
with the Queen Jack suited.
Or something like that. I think one of them, downstairs, maybe craps they use it for.
Yeah, they're pulling the dice.
Yeah, pulling the dice and everything. No, not. But the cards too. If you look at the movie Casino Royale, in that they show it.
Oh, for real?
That's why I asked you were using the big one. No, it's alive.
I fold.
Yeah, you're good. You?
I seen a queen of spades.
Did you see where it was, Grace?
I did not. He said he did.
Well, okay, you did. That was close.
Whatever, close enough.
But it was
Close enough.
flag. It was good. I know it's hard to pick up from
The felt is so bad.
I have trouble with them.
Sometimes I believe
You pick it up too much. Yeah. You can just slide it too. Only halfway.
Queen Jack offsuit for Dennis.
Why not so?
Blind versus blind kind of feels like the nuts, huh?
Yeah. Is this going to complete? Kareem's going to check his option. Dennis going to lead this board with actually the best hand. King high.
You're the guy with the rail, you know? Yeah. So tell us about this guy.
There's two guys over there, too.
One of the Davids trying to get info
They're all for you?
No, I don't know that.
From the rail, it sounds
from the
like.
rail.
that is some live tell action right there.
Is that invite only, or could, you know, anytime you're here, just pop in and watch the final table?
Yeah, I think anytime.
Anybody who wants to can wander over and watch this exciting action. Think of all the lessons they could learn by watching us highly accomplished players.
You a little short? 12. 2 greens.
What, we got 15?
Oh, I didn't even see the third chip.
16? No.
No.
Just took a green. No, I don't want that. I know you don't want that. I'm just saying. That's what he's saying.
I'm sorry, I only saw 2 chips.
No, 15. He doesn't like to break up his little, his greens.
Okay.
I respect it. I got you. Superstitious.
That's fine.
Dennis probably going to open this ace-7 off from the button. So it folds to him. Green with jack-4 again.
Again.
In a row.
How much?
3.2.
Rajesh probably considering jamming this ace-4 off with only 10 big blinds left, or less than 10 big blinds. Excuse me. Yeah, there it is. There's the jam, and
Well done, sir.
Dennis gonna have to make a decision here
And we have to go to Utah.
with an otherwise raggedy ace.
No way.
Ace-7 against ace-4.
And I think
Yeah.
it's correct to jam the ace-4 there.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, with a
Just-
button open, much wider. You got less than 10 big blinds.
Let's see how well Rajesh has actually been running this tournament. I feel like there are a lot of 4s in the deck, but we
Make
do
a
know.
4, you can make a straight.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We do know that a 4 was folded by Kareem.
Yeah, true.
Has 2 live suits though.
Yeah, runner under
For the
clubs,
dealer to be having like a running
diamonds.
Good luck, Rajesh.
like the whole time. It's kind of distracting.
Right.
I don't think it's her fault. Like they keep talking to her.
Rajesh doesn't even want to watch.
He doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to watch. He's got to do that stand-up trick where you start walking out, put your clothes on,
Look for the bag after the
Yeah.
turn. You're like, yeah, it was a good game, guys.
start saying your a 7 and a 4 on the flop, and the hearts.
There is a single 4 left in the deck.
Looking for a 4 and a 4 only. 1 out. Can he do it? No, it's not going to happen. That is GG for Rajesh.
Well played, sir.
He will walk home with over 20K for a $500 entry.
I got.
Nice work.
Rajesh, nice playing with you.
Josh, I get a hug?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate because that was the correct shove to make, and an ace-7 is maybe going to call, maybe not, you know, depending on how they've been playing. But
Where's the guy? He says he's
good
gonna
call.
liar.
I just made 6,000 bucks. But who's counting?
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, good call.
Think so?
table congratulating Dennis on the call. So Rajesh Desai eliminated an 8th. Now players make a pay jump. Everyone has 21K locked up.
You told us yesterday.
Oh, no, sorry. That's not the those aren't the payouts.
I believe I did just
I was
hear
like,
Chris
I think it's
say.
like 30 something.
I think I just heard Chris say that they all made 6.5K. So I believe it's somewhere in the 27,000 range.
You sure?
Nice.
You can go ahead.
Didn't even wait for Rajesh to get too far away from the table to say that either, by the way.
One big?
One big, yes.
It is really fun to make a final table pay jump.
Of course. I don't know what it feels like to make a final table. So, you know what?
Can't make a final table if you don't play tournaments.
That's 100% correct. And I'm fairly new into my poker journey, so
Yeah.
there's plenty of time. We'll be firing a lot of tournaments coming up in the next year.
You think you're gonna try one like soon-ish?
Yeah, I think there will.
WSOP?
Yeah, or maybe even in the next coming days here. I know there's a deep and deeper tournament coming up here at the Borgata that's only a $600 or $500 buy-in. I think I might try my hand at that if I have some time.
Yeah. I will say, moving from cash to tournaments, it does feel like a different game. So
I would believe you.
So many elements that are different.
Yep.
3.5.
Sorry, 3.5.
Aaron gonna open the ace deuce suited here in the hijack.
It's okay. We got you, baby.
A lot of people with ace deuce. That's like the third ace deuce.
I know. What in the...
Brian considering the call from the big blind.
A bit of a bigger
go.
open. A bit of a bigger open, no? Maybe on the final table? Top 3X?
Yeah.
Good win.
You are correct.
Buttons right hit the ball rolling.
That's good. You get the
I'll get it at the beginning. My bad. I'm sorry. No, 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 no. One big. My bad.
All right, so here are the cumulative winnings so far. Dennis, David, Chris, and other David have been chipping up.
All right, attention to all players in this Saturday series tournament.
That's right.
Players after this level, we will be going on.
This is not.
We will be doing a color up during the break. We will be coloring up all black chips. So players, if you can begin to sell off your black chips, should be under the table. You'll help us with the color up. It'll go much quicker. Don't slow up the game. Don't slow up the gas.
So there were 3,400 runners for this event. We are now down to the final 7. 3,408 to be precise.
Wow.
So these guys have faded 3,400 people to be here. Dennis opening pocket 9s now. From the hijack. Oh, David A. waking up with pocket queens in the big blind.
I think that's probably not accurate.
Just gonna
That's
call.
2.4, and this is 3.2.
Sneaky. Very trappy, very sneaky.
You might have a dirty stack.
There you go. I need the other one.
Dennis could get in trouble if we see some low cards on
I said
this
you might have a
flop.
dirty stack.
It's an awful personal thing.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
David checking it to Dennis. He's gonna make a C-bet. He does have an overpair. Quick call from David.
Would not have blamed him for putting in the check raise there. A lot of bad action killing turn cards for pocket 9 specifically. That
Quick
is gonna
check
be one
back.
of them.
Ace is not a card you want to see with pocket queens, but we've played a very trappy strategy so far.
Wow.
Wow.
Could have been ugly. Nice hand.
You still got the
Dennis can't believe it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to either.
Could have been
Actually,
ugly.
he skirted a lot of losses there.
That might be losing the minimum.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
Because had
Different plus the deuce gets there.
had he gotten 3-bet, he probably would have
Nice hand. Wow.
considered a call with pocket 9s pre-flop and
Okay.
That is a
gotten
good
very
flop.
ugly.
Yeah. Yep.
David.
Huh?
David, I said.
David.
David, sorry.
David.
David, I apologize. Sorry, David.
I'm David, he's David.
Now we know.
Dealer, what's your name?
Stream, they can tell me what's going on.
Does have a tag?
Dealer, what's your name?
New one.
New one. Okay.
So again, all players in the Saturday series. And after this level, we will be.
I did, but I wasn't you in that group. But I did think of that.
So players can begin to sell on their black chips to the chip leader of the table. That'll help us with the chip color pretty much quicker.
Oh, I can get it.
The action, so you get a chance.
Oh, I'm like, oh, I'm okay. It was just, I was not ready to view it. They all turned me off. I was scheduled yesterday and
Yeah. He thought about opening the ace-3 off, but thought better of it. Oh yeah, we're at a final table. Never mind.
But the people are watching.
People are watching.
And they want to see you open that. One of the tougher parts that people don't talk about playing on stream is knowing that you are being watched by all of the fans, knowing every single action that you make. Judgment-free, of course, but...
Sure, judgment-free.
Let alone the commentators having a conversation about what you're doing. It probably can't get in your head. Not speaking from experience by any means.
Yeah. I like to pretend everyone doesn't exist when I'm on a stream. No one exists.
I go back and look at the comments and cry myself to sleep typically.
Don't do that. Are you okay, Zach?
It's been a rough couple of weeks.
He's crying a little bit in this booth. No crying in the booth.
There are tears.
You gotta leave.
Yeah, but still, I'm not folding at any point. I mean, 3, 4, 5. No, he checked. I bet he called.
Sounds like they're still discussing the queens and nines hand. What would have happened if he had 3-bet?
I think I could have should have bet the ace.
thanks, guys. Thank you.
No, it's all good.
I
got you. No problem.
Yeah. There's that.
Yo, I forgot. I have a mic. I have a mic. I have a mic. I have a mic.
Brian with top pair here on this flop. Might be looking to protect.
Chris with a gutter. Nine would be quite the dirty turn card if Chris does decide to stick around.
Chris with the shorter stack here.
You all right? What? You okay?
Considering they're a jam or
I
fold.
noticed the same thing, and I was going to say something. I
No
was like,
club.
he's not even in the hand.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought he was in a hand.
Was that?
I thought he was in a hand.
Oh, yeah, nah. I didn't notice
Looks
it,
like
though.
he's
Live tell.
Yeah, right?
Going to put in the call.
Yeah, gonna put in a call.
If this turn is an offsuit 9, there will be no getting away.
That's a good card for Brian's hand. Chris with no clubs and no diamonds, just a gut shot and one over.
All right, players, please take your time. Please take
Does
your
get a free
time.
card.
I'm going to go ahead and pause
Not gonna
the
help.
break. I'm going to wait until everyone
Considering
has
representing the
opportunity to
2.
exit prior to starting the clock, you guys. Plan on a 20, right? Plan on a 20. It's going to take about 5 minutes for everyone to exit the room. So plan on a 20-minute break here, guys.
4.5 mil.
He is gonna represent an 8 or a 2. Putting Brian to the test here. For that price.
4.5, you said?
It's not fun, but I
It's
don't know.
not fun, especially with the shorter stacks, and you know that these payout jumps are big.
Of course.
Oh shit, they posted us? Yeah.
If he makes the call and is wrong, he has 12 million left.
The stream. Wait, they're gonna be showing what we did? Oh my god, right away already? They're gonna be showing our stream.
Yeah, but I don't think there's going to be...
You'd think that if Chris did
gonna
have
show
an
the
8
hands, we're
or
gonna
a
see the
deuce,
hands.
he'd probably comfortably
Right, you're not going to be
jam.
able to see the hands right now, are you?
But
Which is fine.
I'm not
No,
100%
it does work. It gets through.
Show our hands?
He picked up on the weakness. Maybe thought
Right now.
Right now on that stream, are they going to...
Brian's hand was a broken flush draw. I don't think he knew how strong Brian was on that hand.
We still don't want to see the
During that 30-minute
But good on him for picking
and I
up
want
on
to see the hand that
the
he
weakness
folded. I had to have
going
half an
for
hour
it.
ago. I know how you play the hand half an hour ago.
He had a plan with that flop float.
Let's fucking play. Let's fucking
A man with a plan. Dangerous.
Excuse my language. I'm sorry, you're on TV.
Well played, sir.
Let's fucking go, though.
They'll bleep it out.
Listen,
They're doing it live.
I love life. We're good.
I do not believe that we are bleeping out any swear words on the final table.
But I can see the hands live.
I don't think so.
That was my question. I want to know if I can see the hands 30 minutes later.
Yes.
Because I am curious about one hand. Thank you. Now I'm going to be like this the whole day. Yeah. Oh, all right, cool. I got you.
I am curious about one hand.
I'm trying to think what hand he's curious about.
I am
too.
too. Yeah, I can't remember which hand this is.
Probably the King Jack hand. King Jack versus Jack 4. Blind versus blind, where he got c-bet with where neither player hit anything. He actually got c-bet by the best hand, but yeah. That's the only hand I could think of.
Or perhaps it's a hand where he folded and made a good hand, and we can't really remember which.
Or maybe it's a hand he wasn't involved in.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like a hand where he got out of the way and wasn't sure if it was a fold or a raise.
Cream opening with the ace-8 offsuit. David gonna call on the button with deuces. Looking to make a set. An ace on the flop. Giving Kareem a better two-pair.
Trash. Get that out of here.
Check, check. Kareem with the delayed c-bet.
Yes, we're getting along good.
We're all going to be too busy watching TV than playing the game. Yeah.
David makes the
building
fold.
a good relationship where I can get free room.
I'm like, oh, these guys are playing a hand? I didn't even notice. I was watching TV.
Okay, Aaron, let's make the big contribution here. This helps me too because I can now remember people's names.
Two of you guys got the same name. Just pronounce it, David. David and David.
David. Yeah.
David.
It seems as they can see
David,
themselves
where you from, David?
on a TV within the room, so they can actually
I've been in
see the
Madrid. It's a
stream
nice
back
country. Beautiful
30
city.
minutes after a hand
Spain is the
happens.
country.
Nice. That's always fun.
So I'm sure we'll hear when Kareem sees the hand that he's talking
Oh, yeah.
about.
I can't wait.
Oh shit, they're showing
Something to look forward to.
What?
Everybody loves the food. Really?
Not a fan of the food.
Why? What?
I don't know. This
No, that's
not like seafood. Not a family. I love seafood. That's not. Wasn't a fan of the food. And I also went during
told me
one of
that
the
time
worst
with
times
food, too.
ever. I went during Easter. Oh, you had a BDC hand in that hand. That was the hand I was curious about. Right there. That's the hand I was curious about right there. Oh, they had the same hand one time too. Look at you guys. So cute.
So cute.
You guys, one of you guys is not here. You're gonna see in a few minutes where it dusted him off.
We still don't know what hand he was talking
I
about.
don't know, but they were just talking about how the player that busted and someone else had the same hand earlier on. He just made a comment about how he busted him in a couple hands. So
Of course.
these guys are some
Got
jokesters.
aces for sure.
Let's see, I'm going to know in half an hour. You might as well tell.
Raj might have called me if I just 3-bet
Nah.
instead of shove.
But yeah, if you 3-bet.
I made it like 6 mil.
Yeah.
All right, here are the chip counts currently. David up at the top, 99 million in chips. Holy moly. So hard in a normal tournament to even get a million in chips, but we started at 100,000 starting stack for this tournament. It's very deep. And now the chip leader at almost 100 million in chips.
Yeah, that makes it interesting.
The blinds are at 12 million. So almost 80 big blinds.
You didn't want to go to you. Sorry.
Aaron in the small blind. Blind versus blind now. Does have an ace. Thinking of how he wants to play it. Let's see. Raise and a fold from Dennis.
Virtual Joker in the chat said, good luck to all on the final table. Missed bagging by 13 minutes. That is unlucky, my
hate
friend.
That.
I've only cashed one tournament in my life, and I almost bubbled it. It was the Colossus at the WSOP. So I know what that feels like, or at least the feeling of getting close to it. So
I know what that feels like. Day 2, last level of the night, both times in the WSOP main. I can't make it past that last level of day 2. It's always right before the buzzer.
no one likes bubbling a tournament. It might be just the fact that as you're leaving, you know everyone's so excited that you busted.
Yeah.
It's just a pretty brutal feeling.
It hurts. Brian with a snowman here under the gun. 16 big blinds.
He's got a better memory than me.
6-5 it came out. Oh, 5-6.
Yeah.
Rees.
Dennis with the ace-4 suited wheel hand. Makes the call from the small blind.
Cream says, okay, I think that price is fair. Let's get in there.
Brian might get a triple up.
Let's have it come deuce, 4, 5.
Still holding with the best hand, pocket eights.
I do like your sweatshirt, though. Yeah.
Thanks, man. I got it on the boardwalk for $5.99.
Wow.
And David is rocking his sports team there. It's.
I'm sorry?
You're rocking your sports team. Is this a soccer shirt, I assume?
Checks it
No,
back.
this is just a polo shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, just this.
Everyone gets a free card for the turn.
Is that where you're from?
Board is paired, Broadway, straightening out.
I've been there. Nice place. My son spent
Dennis and Kareem with a gut shot, or Kareem with an open ender, actually.
Around Madrid.
The board is paired.
Salamanca or something?
Just north of it, I think.
Brian's pocket eights are good, but there's absolutely no way to know that on a three-way.
Very hard to know that when you are an underpair to the entire board against two other players for your tournament life here at the final table.
I'm going to tell. So he said he was going to get a tattoo from
Oh,
every
you
place he
mean
visited.
that's on the top of all the churches? Yeah, yeah, okay.
So he's going to get a tattoo
Dennis
from every place
sensed
he
the
visited.
weakness when it checked
So
around on the
he
flop.
got a big stork on his arm
Okay.
from his year in Madrid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a plastic thing. Yeah.
Brian probably going to let this one go. A flat call from the small blind pre-flop seems pretty strong.
a lot of Broadway cards in probably both of their ranges, and unfortunately Pocket Eights just blocks a lot of the random, 7-8 suiteds, 8-9 suiteds that would maybe take a stab. But he is going to stick around.
He's going to make the call. Nice. He does have the best hand. He felt it out. He made the call. Now Dennis looking a little scared. Wow. Double paired board. Probably going to go check on this river. Brian probably going to want to take his showdown value, but is thinking about a move.
Unfortunately, Brian has no showdown value. He's playing the board,
Yeah.
which is just,
Yeah.
It's a sick river for him in the sense that he made the correct play, and if he does unfortunately check it back here, he's going to lose now. No.
Yeah, it would be a nightmare to jam and just get snapped off by a king or a jack.
Of course. I would have called the river.
Said he would have called the river.
Yeah, he would have called the river with the ace.
Counterfeit. I think I might pocket nines. I got counterfeit. You did? That's what I thought. I put it on nines, counterfeit, see you later.
There.
You don't call a jam?
Yeah.
I call on the river.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I said.
That's why
Yeah.
I checked. Yeah.
I know.
I thought you said you would have folded.
No, I said I put you on pocket nine.
You heard fold.
Why are you being so aggressive?
I thought you said fold.
No, you said I would.
He said he was going to call a jam
Yeah.
or a bet nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, less than 10 big blinds left.
I apologize.
I'm just
Yeah, no. Yeah. No, I put you on ace right away.
Kind of just don't have fold equity at that point.
You think a lot of his strong hands are probably going to bet the flop in position. So kind of a fishy line too. So maybe the check back just saved Brian there.
That was a terrible river card for me.
He's gotta,
It's rough, yeah.
it sucks, but maybe it's just a spot where
Oh, you weren't bluffing, David?
we try to live another day and find a better spot.
Small c-bet on the flop. Probably would have taken it down, but can't be results oriented. Got the king 10 suited here from David, sitting at about 25 big blinds.
I'm sorry. 2.4. 2.4.
Little dicey peel from the button with Jack 10 offsuit on a final table. The blinds both also having reasonable hands, but yeah, final tables you just usually have to tighten up a lot. Brian's got a very short stack. He might consider jamming. Jam or a fold would both be reasonable.
Yeah, unfortunately, everyone does have
Hands,
playable
yeah.
hands. If they were all deeper.
Jack 9 just so dominated with a hijack open. Just pretty much crushed. Yeah, the fold is very reasonable. Perhaps a button open, he could have jammed over it, but hijack just too strong.
And as we can see, the two hands he's up against do have a lot of removal to a lot of the strong hands that they can make.
So he would have flopped the 9.
Unfortunately, he would have had the best hand.
If we could only just see the flop before it comes out.
It would be the greatest superpower,
So
wouldn't
much better for us to play poker.
Case 10.
Hold it to my monster. I'll show you. You don't have to wait half an hour.
All right, 10, yeah. Nice 10.
All right, here we are with the player positions. These are not in order of chip counts. These are just the positions at the table. If you want to know who the people are, the players who have now faded 3,401 in the field. Huge field, such a great turnout. Here at the Borgata Spring Open. If you haven't checked out the schedule already, you really should. There's so many high value tournaments, huge guarantees, low buy-ins, just something for everyone here.
Absolutely. And the staff is just amazing. The room's awesome.
The room is awesome.
The energy is great. All the people that work here are just awesome. And like I said, I just don't think there's much better.
It's been a blast working here the past week. Just interacting with everybody, doing some socials for poker.org. Shout out to poker.org.
I like one. You get it. Just because it's...
Poker.org in the chat. Who, me? Yes, you. You adorable little button.
Now it's quiet. Nothing but doors talking.
We also took a break. The coffee wore off for everybody.
They're watching you guys.
How do we get a waiter? How do we get a waitress? Can we get some waters for the table?
Can we get some service?
Yeah, please.
Do we get service as commentators? You know, I know that they're way more important than us, but
I don't think they service the janitor closet.
yeah, fair.
So
If you guys are curious where we are, you'll never find us. We're locked in a corner in the basement. Absolutely no way that we could do anything.
there are no toilets, there's no light, there's no food
Yeah.
or water.
I actually can't see my hands in front of my face, so it's you know, the TV that we can see is the only light source within, you know, hundreds of feet of us.
Yeah. So we can't come out until this final table's over.
I don't live in Potomac.
Okay.
My family does, though. I live in
David
Silver
picking up
Spring.
king-queen offsuit in the small blind.
Are you Maryland Live guy then?
Yeah, I like. It's just it's a lot easier to get to for me than.
Green with a
National
little bit of a
National
spicy
Harbor.
open here. The jack-8 off
It's
from the
good
cutoff.
action, but it's just like always.
Sometimes you just want to get involved.
Well, yeah.
Hasn't been involved in a bit.
It's
a good shot.
Hold on a second.
Sure.
Yeah, you have small bills?
Can I get 2 green teas with lemon, please?
Oh, give me small bills.
Lemon?
Yep.
Yeah, I need small bills for tips. Please. No, come on.
And I'll take a couple waters too.
Sure.
Please.
David continuing
I got it.
with the current best hand.
There you go. Thank you. You want a water?
Thank you.
Check.
Earlier, David did float pocket queens pre-flop and played it exactly the same way. So you never know what he has.
4 p.m. tournament players.
Green a little
All 4 p.m. deeper
little
event
skeptical.
players. Your event is down in the poker
Pausing on the
room.
ace river.
Dealers, no one
Kareem gonna
up
take a
here
stab at it.
Should be approaching your table with a yellow ticket without being in the 100s with a green receipt tag.
Nice.
Once again,
Takes it
all
down.
deepest event that is
Knowing
gonna
that
be
the
located
ace
down in the
is
poker
much
room.
more in the cutoff
Down
range.
in the poker room.
It's a good scare card to bet on. But Kareem, he's gonna see that in 30 minutes.
He is.
Let's see that bluff.
I could get that water from that lady. I was in the hand.
Oh, here.
Oh, you got me one? You the man.
Here are the
bro.
current chip counts. David at the top with 76 big blinds. Pretty deep final table here. Brian Tolley looking to spin it up at 5 big blinds.
Wasn't refreshing.
Looking for his moment, the spot, get them all in.
A chip and a chair. That's really all it takes.
Yeah.
You double up twice, and you're right back in the middle of the pack.
Will have come back from worse.
Yep.
Yeah, right?
Only 2 players under 20 big blinds at this final table, which is very rare.
You got a Miley vape on you?
And when you have 5 big blinds, you'd be surprised with some of the hands you'll get called by with some of these big stacks. So it's definitely possible to win some all-in.
Pick your spot. Hopefully you get a triple up.
Yeah, true.
It'll be even more sweet.
$400 buy-in. You'll have Forrest from there, I guess.
That might be good enough for an all-in, Brian.
I think so. You're looking for any ace, any broadways. There it is. In a late position, even better. Let's just hope that the button and the blinds don't wake up with a hand. Oh, David S. does wake up with ace 6, but he's going to throw it in the muck. See, it's always on the fence with those those raggedy aces, they might call off, they might not.
First one.
I would call off. I would call off 5 big blinds with an ace-6.
I think my chips would have been in before the person next to me folded, but
Yeah.
props to him. He must have a read.
Especially with, I think this is a big blind ante too, so you're only calling 3 to win, 10?
Math, yeah. It's
3 to win
definitely,
10.
I mean, more props to him. Not to be results oriented, but that's a great fold as we saw the cards. So avoided disaster, but who knows? Could have been a 6 on that flop.
Bluff on the river on the double board. River should be coming up soon.
He did in fact have a bluff, so we'll see that soon.
Pocket 10s for Dennis now under the gun.
It's a pretty one.
Oh my gosh, David waking up with pocket kings in the cutoff.
2 big stacks colliding here. Let's see if David decides to put in the call again. I don't think we will see a call.
Yeah, we're gonna see a raise here. Cards behind, quickly hitting the muck. Dennis left with a decision.
On the screen.
He's getting 3-bet by the biggest chip stack at the table.
That was a good fold.
Currently has a sizable stack.
I thought it was a needy fold at first.
Definitely gonna see a flop.
You do have to think if David is capable of flatting. Obviously, there's a different configuration when using the big blind with pocket queens. Is he 3-betting his suited connectors here? There may be some alarm bells going off for pocket 10.
Absolutely. You're hoping your opponent has ace-king, but then a king hits the flop, and David actually with a much better hand than ace-king for this flop.
David seems to type.
He might check it
this
back.
one
Yeah.
Yes. And he does decide to do that.
He'd like his opponent to catch up.
The 10 would just be the end of the tournament for Dennis.
The graphics are a little off. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, so yeah, he just made a boat on the turn. Dennis getting saved by how dicey this board is.
I thought that was a 10 for a second. I almost...
That would have been very bloody.
Very, very true.
I had pocket 10s. I thought he had kings, swear to God.
Dennis snap folded.
Yeah.
Well played by both.
Like setup.
Yeah.
Definitely setup. Nice.
Unfortunate, scary run out where David couldn't get extra value.
What's that?
I was going to fold it pre-flop. I felt strength. Can't fold.
David, very tricky.
I'm like, the only thing that could check back the flop is king. Nice hit. I'm like, please no 10 on the river.
Right.
Please no 10 on the river.
Nice read from Dennis.
If that was his read, then it sounds like he still wasn't going to go broke with a set of 10s.
Right. It would have definitely made him sweat a little and
for sure
be sad, maybe cry inside.
And for you, this is like the Dukes of Hazzard. They don't show your face, only your hands on TV.
Brian with less than 10 big blinds, considering a jam here, not a good spot for the +1. Perhaps in a later position. There's too many people behind who are willing to snap off. Chris with the suited wheel ace, the cat jam hand, if you will. Shout out to Landon Tice.
The solver.
A lot of Broadways waking up behind. Aaron with the king jack suited in the small blind.
King jack suited is a nice 3-bet bluff candidate. At least in cash games, I'm not a
You do have to look at stack sizes. Chris opening with less than 20 big blinds going to be a really strong open
So 2 hours and 5 minutes.
on a final table.
So if you guys want to make dinner
Just put in the call.
reservations,
So he's just going to call here.
good spot. We're going to give you 45 minutes for dinner tonight. 45 minutes.
Go check on this flop. Yeah. Check on the flop because, one, it's a paired board. Also, there are queens in Aaron's small blind flatting range. And Chris does have a lot of equity with an ace high. You don't want to c-bet and get jammed on. Chris going to try to realize his equity as cheaply as possible. Aaron going to take a stab at it. Does have a bud shot. Let's take it down.
Nice hands.
Well played.
And or blinds are 8. 16. We'll see you guys in 2.
All right, here are the player positions. These are just the positions on the table, not the order of the chip count. Here are the chip counts. We've got David up top with 64 big blinds. Brian looking to spin it up down at the bottom, 6 big blinds. And Chris Levitt also looking to spin it up, 12 big blinds.
What's up, bud? How are you?
Still only 2 players under 20 big blinds. The rest of the players are going to try to wait for those 2 to bust before them, hopefully, and make some pay jumps. Pays to be patient at the final table.
It does. But the blinds did just go up. Everyone becoming that much shorter. Although we are still
16.
fairly deep.
That's 13.
That's 13.
David with over 100 million in chips.
That works.
Just kind of open what he wants. Ace 10 offsuit. Chris with the 7-6 suited connectors. Normally a nice hand if you're deeper, but him with under 20 big blinds, 12 big blinds, not really a hand that you want to get involved with.
I've done a lot of work in Maryland, so I spent some time at Maryland Live on vacation. It's a nice casino.
David flopping middle pair.
This is a non-blind versus blind limped pot. You don't see that very often. But David obviously having a bit of a lock on this one.
What do you think, David?
What's that?
What do you think?
What do you think?
It's time for you to call.
Call? Call. You want me to call?
David wasn't too sure if he wanted to call or not.
10 was good, David. 10 was good.
David did have a 10.
Next time, tell me to fold, and I might call.
That's what I told you to call.
You want me to move it for you? Try to do reverse psychology on me?
Yeah.
David with a mystery hand here. Just a limp under the gun. He saw him just limp ace-10 offsuit.
Put your cards in the box.
Oh, deuces.
We need to know what you're playing right now.
I'm trying to avoid that so that it's
So it's hidden?
Oops, I didn't do the square.
Brian probably pretty stoked to have it limp to him. Oh, he's gonna go all in.
We have it all in.
Going all in with the 10-8 suited. Snapped off by David's deuces.
And here we go, folks.
Yeah.
Deuces against ace 10.
It's a pretty fair flip here.
I love my hand if I have 10-8 of hearts here.
Yeah.
I love 10-8 suited in general.
You're 50-50 to win, and you got a short stack. Really good. Oh, well, unless it gets the twos flop a set. Not loving it as much, but still so. Oh,
gutter ball?
A 9? A 9. Looking for a 9. The 10 comes, but it's no good. Brian has just been eliminated from the final table. Good game, sir. Locked up about $27,000 from a $500 entry fee.
Congrats to you, sir.
Quite a wonderful ROI.
Good game, sir.
Yep. Well played.
Good game.
And everyone else at the table celebrating a pay jump.
The guy don't miss,
Maybe we'll see what that pay jump is.
Be good.
David, you're running out of room over there. That's
Bro, this guy don't miss, bro. Look at the hands. I'm looking at the hands he has. It's crazy.
That's why we went nine-handed last
You
time.
got
We couldn't
kings,
square up.
queens,
because
flopping
it's
sevens to
like,
kings.
Kings against ten.
Table talking about how David cannot miss. This is a lucky deck.
I would love to see some of David's hands from earlier in this tournament to see what he has
Here are
done
the
to
payouts. So everyone just made a pay jump of about $7,000. Everyone locked up 33 grand in their pocket. Imagine a $500 buy-in locking up 33 grand, knowing that that's secured no matter what happens in the rest of this final table.
Yeah, I would
that's
say
33 grand in your pocket.
Yeah, it almost makes you feel just a little bit stress-free in a fairly high-stress environment. You know what? If I mess up, oh well, I got $30,000. Too bad.
But if you stick around, a sweet $214,000 payout. Over $200,000. $214,000 for a $500 buy-in. And there's plenty more poker to play here at the Spring Open, the Borgata Spring Poker Open here.
Oh, thank you.
Presented by BetMGM. We are just getting started. This was the kickoff event. A lot of high value in these events. It's so nice to see.
No, I understand.
Absolutely.
That's actually, not too bad of a flop with that.
All in.
David A. jamming pocket sixes blind versus blind. This is absolutely perfect from him. And Chris has one of those hands that is very awkward. And I think he is going to call, and we're going to be off back-to-back all-ins, and Chris is slightly ahead, flipping for his tournament life against one of the hottest players at this final table. I don't know, I like pocket sixes just because of how well David has been running.
Yeah. I just like to be David.
I would like to be David.
Yes.
Yes, David, can we switch spots? Commentating is fun, I promise.
Every time.
Big flop here.
Big flop energy. Sixes are holding so far.
More outs for King Queen, picking up a gutter to a jack.
Deuce is a good card for David. A lot of outs, though, for Chris. Can he hit it? He cannot.
That is not one of them.
And that is our sixth place of the day. Good game, David.
Good game, David. Well played, sir.
Locked up 33, or Chris, sorry. Locked up 33,000. David won the hand. Now all the players making an $11,000 pay jump, locking up $44,000. Just like that, within a hand.
Yep.
You went from up 6,000 to now up 17,000. for folding one hand.
Yep, and you know, when we came into this, we were wondering how long a final table this deep was going to last. If David keeps playing the way that he's playing, we might be out of here in an hour.
Terminating everybody.
Just terminating everybody. But GG, Chris, very well played, so I do not blame the call with King Queen there at all. Blind versus blind is a very strong hand, and obviously it was the correct call, so.
But right after they were talking about how Chris can't, or David can't miss. His,
David stacks 2 more people.
Just unfortunate to get a good hand.
Yep. But we play on.
We play on.
3.2.
Kareem gonna open this piece 3 offsuit from the cutoff.
Thank you.
David calling from the big blind with the shorter stack. Does flop top pair. And a backdoor flush draw. I think we might see a jam here from David. Kareem continuation betting. David with not much left. Probably gonna see, put it in. David, put them in. Put all of them in. No. When you have less than 10 big blinds behind, well, he has a little bit more than 10 big blinds.
SPR is a bit awkward here, only about 1.5. These players
Less than 20 big blinds, though. A top pair on the flop. Just gotta get him in. Oh no. Oh no. Well, you know.
That's one of those that might sting in 30 minutes when it comes back up on the TV. But well played to Kareem, noticing that a just call from your opponent, as shallow as you are, maybe a bit of a capped range, and that king is just very good to continue to represent.
A long day in this basement, huh?
Yeah. I'm starting to think that there may be some spiders around us.
I think I felt one earlier.
Yeah. I had a funny joke, but I don't know if it was appropriate.
Yeah, maybe save it for the Instagram later.
For sure.
Sethy Poker, everyone, if you don't know, does some very funny sketches on the Instagram. Did you start on TikTok?
Yeah, we started out on TikTok with some silly skits and stuff, but it is
Skilly skits.
Skilly sits. No, but yes, we do our best to make the general public laugh, and I mean, I'm sure there's a large portion of people out there that don't find them funny, but I find them funny, and that's all that matters.
When you say we, are you using the
yes, that's
yourself
like
as an entity?
Yeah, that's like the
royal we.
The poker term, right? Like
hand history we.
We ran bad today.
Yeah.
Like it's just me.
The royal we. Yeah.
Yes, very true. It's crazy because I do that all the time and I don't notice it. And people will say that, like, who are you referring to when you say we? Bottom pair, backdoor, flush, backdoor. And I got her to a straight here for Kareem. Surely going to be good enough. And I can't imagine Aaron's going to go anywhere. Both players pretty deep.
3-pointer.
Normally a great check raise spot here for Aaron. I think that's what he's thinking about. It's just a little different on final table, but he still might take it. It's one, a board that hits your range much better than the hijack opening, and two, it's gonna put them in a bind. He's just gonna call.
Same bet.
king on the turn. Kareem's going to do a same bet. His pair of fives still good.
Same bet announced, which is not binding, so we should definitely wait until those chips are across the table. I believe that's the case, right? You say pot.
Sure.
If you're playing no one, you say pot or same bet. I believe that it is not binding.
Interesting.
Yes, so be careful for those anglers
Careful
out there.
8.2.
There's the check raise. I love to see it.
And this is dirty on a card that is very good for Kareem's range.
Yeah.
Finding that check raise. This
The
is
delayed check raise.
This is filthy. This is
I think when he hears same bet,
yes,
he sensed a bit of weakness that
I do agree with you.
Kareem may not have a king.
And I'm not much of a live tell person, but when I start to see my opponent moving like this, I usually typically assume that a fold is
Yes,
coming.
is
I
imminent.
don't see Kareem calling after giving the very visual, uncomfortable movements.
At the very least, it gives me confidence to make a big river bet.
Yep, which is why we probably just want to end up folding, because it's just opening the gate to getting jammed on. And now he's talking.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fold his pair of fives, and I get it, but so that's the problem with the continuation bets when stacks get shorter, is you don't want to get jammed off your equity, you don't want to get shoved off the pot when you have showdown value, and that's the bind that he's been put in now by getting check raised.
I agree, and I think this decision becomes a lot more difficult when this turn is something like the king of diamonds, and now we have a flush draw.
Yes.
Then it's really painful, but unfortunately, yeah, I think you just have to let this one go. Well played, sir, Aaron.
Yeah.
Well played. Sometimes you know you have the right read, but you still can't make.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
It's
to
true.
make the correct decision.
But I think if you're going to bet that small, maybe a check back on turn would preserve your equity and
If another card came.
let you see, let you pot control a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a little while. Nice hand, though.
Yeah, Woody Christie in the chat says same bet is almost always a bluff. I think it's always like I have showdown value, I have second pair,
yes.
third pair. It's like not quite a bluff, but it's like I want to somehow get value with my weaker pair.
I felt like I was good.
You were Kareem.
You were Kareem.
Yeah.
Your senses are correct.
I think maybe, you know, in the future, maybe check back to realize your equity.
Good raise.
Thanks.
4.5 million.
When you're against a player that's capable of the check raises, of course. Like,
and also it's important that your opponent is capable of bluffing rivers. So when you check back, you can confidently call when they put you in a tough spot.
Yes.
Because you know they can turn some hands into bluffs.
Button's right.
so many variables.
Yeah.
That's what makes this game so beautiful.
Yeah, poker's a pretty hard game, huh?
A little bit complex, a little bit.
Coffee players?
It's that saying, like, you can learn it in a day, but a lifetime to master.
Yep. I had it open-ended.
I knew you. I don't blame her. You have nothing else other than that, right?
No.
Pair. Possible to get a.
Like I was good.
To get us coffee.
Did you have king, queen?
Is it possible to get a waitress here?
I had a pair, though.
Oh, she rotates in. She has this in rotation. Thank you.
It's always interesting hearing poker players do the thing where it's like, well, what'd you have? Well, I don't want to tell you. And then they go back and forth for 2-3 minutes. Eventually, they both tell each other what they have.
Well, I think when it's going to be shown on screen in 20 minutes, the guy is just grilling you, I 100% just tell the truth.
Yeah. And it seemed like Aaron actually thought that he got Kareem off of a king, which just shows that he was capable of making that move, even considering that Kareem has a lot of kings in his range, which makes it even more baller.
All right, 9 in the window feels good for Kareem here. Blind versus blind. 2 pair for Kareem now on the turn. Did I read that wrong? Yeah, that's on the turn, yeah. So the graphics are missing an ace there on the flop. A little bit out of order.
6.6.
6.6. Little min click here with the 2 pair after the board flushes and straightens.
Bluff versus bluff.
What's that?
Bluff versus bluff.
Say that one more time.
Bluff versus a bluff.
You didn't have a flush.
I said bluff versus a bluff.
Oh, bluff versus a flush.
No, bluff versus bluff.
Oh, bluff. Nah, I didn't bluff.
But I definitely want to fold a flush.
No, I thought you said flush versus flush at first. I didn't bluff though.
I mean, probably.
I don't think he would snap fold the flush.
There's
there.
no time you was winning in hand. I just wasn't going to make any money off you, so I needed you to bluff at it.
He was correct.
Yeah.
Also, for you poker players, Borgata has a wide variety of caffeinated beverages to allow you to stay awake and grind these poker tournaments. I have just had one of those, and I am buzzing.
Nice.
In this.
What did you have?
Sorry, the janitor booth that we're in right now. I had it's called a Nerd Focus, and it was absolutely delightful, very enjoyable.
Nice. They also, if you play in this series, they opened up the conference room is where we're playing, and there's windows that look like it's daytime all the time, and it's amazing.
It is amazing.
It makes you feel awake. You're just like, I could play all day. Oh, it's still daytime? I can keep playing all day.
It is a very, very trippy thing, especially, this is only my first day being here, but I was here for a week in January, and my mother texted me at like 9 p.m., and she's like, she asked about the weather, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm not 100% certain. I've been in this lighted room all day. I feel like it's been 5 p.m. and sunny and beautiful every day. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's very tricky.
Yeah.
Open ender on the flop for David. A pair of 4s for Kareem. Now 2 pairs on the turn, but David running hot and going to take advantage of that image. Also continuing the betting lead. The open ender.
Hard check to David.
Ooh. Bink?
All in. You all in?
All in. Maybe a little bit of a, yeah.
Nice hand, David.
Maybe trying to take advantage if Kareem was hiding a king in there. I think he could have gotten a little bit more value with a smaller bet, but David is going to play David's game, and he is crushing at it. Absolutely chipping up every time he's in a pot. He cannot miss, as the table has talked about, even if it takes him to the river.
It's actually a very good fold. Whatever the hell you had was good to fold.
David, Kareem's 4s did not feel good after a jam from the chip leader.
What am I? 8.
All tournament dealers in the Saturday series, blinds are up 15.
Ace King now for Aaron. Ace King suited.
Players are on the
The best varietal of Ace King.
Again, all tournament dealers in the Saturday series, blinds are up 15, 25, 25.
Big stack at the table.
You're gonna laugh when you see the hand. You're gonna laugh.
Might as well just tell me.
David in the big blind with the octo crab. Shout out to Cairo loves you.
And a straight. You river the straight?
I think I just saw Cairo message me on Instagram about how he saw the octo crab. He's in there watching.
We see you, Cairo.
We see
You're gonna
you,
watch
Cairo.
this.
I just keep doing the same thing. Right. It happens. Listen, he's gonna put it to a good cause. Right?
Love the Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
Gonna put it to a good cause.
Bless him.
David peeling from the button with 10-8 offsuit. And Kareem flopping trips. David with only a gut shot to the straight.
Poker is a really easy game when you flop trips. I have found that to be true.
Or a very dicey game when someone
when it
has a
turns a
set.
nine.
Yeah, so someone just has sevens in their hand and then they turn a boat. But I agree for the most part.
For the most
you
part.
feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, I think I saw you do a video the other day of would you rather be lucky or good?
Yeah.
And it's
Lucky.
you know, everyone says lucky and there's a reason. There's a reason.
For now, the rest of us have to rely on trying to get better at our skills, but if you imagine just being lucky. Imagine.
You know, I wonder if there's any merit for Kareem to check call here if he thinks David is capable of putting in bluffs. But I don't mind the bet. Obviously, we have trips. We have a very strong hand. Want to go for value.
Yeah, in position, if it gets checked to you, you're just going to try to give some value from, you know, a jack that thinks it's good.
Oh, was he in position?
Yeah.
Oh, whoopsies.
Oh, wait, maybe he wasn't. Actually, he was cut off, and then David was. I'm sorry. You're right.
No. I have no idea what's going on.
I got distracted by the luck versus good. Clearly, I need to work on both.
No, I think targeting a jack or maybe some up repairs is definitely viable.
2,000 chips. He's like, that's like half of my. That's like a.
Yeah, when he doesn't talk, he can't say, I raise.
That's his dealer tip.
In more lane.
He doesn't say raise. He just puts it big.
He just puts the big chips out.
Yeah. Do you need this in your life?
The absolute mountain of chips that David has in front of him.
I know.
Is very intimidating.
Build the pyramids of Giza with that stack.
And when you have that stack, you can open 10-3.
Oh, yeah. This is when it gets fun.
David's amazing. I love this man.
The pay jumps are big. People are tightening up. You have a massive stack.
Yeah.
This is when you get to be a little bit of a bully. And David's been building up a table image of,
100%.
you know, flatting queens out of position. And so it seems very tight.
Yep.
He can start loosening it up. I like it. I'm really big fan of the play. Just going to keep the gas pedal on now.
$7.5 million.
Dennis with just over 20 big blinds. He's not going to want to take a whole lot of risks.
Yeah, and while Dennis probably has a feeling that, you know, king high, queen high has some merit in continuing this to this sizing, it's just pretty big.
You just want to pick your spots.
You're going to end up
when
having
you're
an SPR
short.
behind. Yes.
Floating with 2 overs to a big bet size, not ideal against the chip leader. trying to get a live read, but David's been pretty locked up in the read. I think that he's pretty hard to read live.
I would agree.
He doesn't talk a lot. He's varied his openings.
I would have really liked it if David showed that one. I would have really liked it, but maybe
Would
it's
not
better
have been
not.
an ideal move to make. All right, here are the chip counts. David at 95 big blinds. David there at the bottom with 12, looking to spin it up. Dennis also probably looking to spin up his 21 big blinds. The two middle stacks just waiting for the smaller ones to bust so they can make giant pay jumps.
Very difficult.
The last pay jump was $11,000. I think the next one is even a little bigger than that. It's going to pay to fold. Unless you're David, you are the chip leader. You can open this King-9 suited under the gun. Still a good hand.
3 playable hands here. David does decide to just call.
Yeah, David might just call here. In position.
4-bit, 2 million.
See, even Queen Jack offsuit, a good hand to fold out of position when you're down to 5 and you're waiting for some stacks to bust. 9 in the window for David.
Check.
Middle pair.
Check. 2, 4 check.
10 for Aaron.
Backdoor clubs coming in from David, though. And a gutter to a queen.
Aaron has the ace of clubs, blocking the nut flush draw.
Something tells me we will definitely see a river no matter what happens here.
Yeah, Aaron now with the best hand. And could potentially represent the flush with that blocker if a club were to come. It would be unfortunate because David would snap call, but
those are possibilities.
It happens, yeah. Definitely possibilities, and Aaron has been really good at navigating post-flop.
All in.
Wow. Really putting Aaron to the test here. An all-in from David. Got a combo draw plus a pair of 9s.
Wow.
That is a huge bet. Really testing Aaron. I don't think Aaron's going to be able to make this call as the second biggest stack on the table. David, a monster with bullying with his big stack. I love it.
Yeah.
And we just saw Aaron in the lobby walking around, so I know that he did not see that hand, which I'm imagining that's a hand that he would want to check out.
Yeah. Yeah, we are on a 30-minute delay, so our players may be on break.
Yeah, on break,
right now.
they're allowed to go to the restroom, and we will see. No, sorry, we're actually in the janitor's closet.
Yeah, how did you see him walking around?
Yeah, actually, my bad.
Surveillance. Oh, Aaron picking up pocket aces. They're in the cutoff. And Dennis with King 10 suited behind him.
Did I see Jack 9 of hearts fold from David?
Probably.
$4.2 million.
Kind of a bigger open size from Aaron. Maybe trying to eke out a little more value.
How'd you know?
Kareem with king, queen off in the small blind.
Thank you.
Debating on a raise, decides to just call. Sniffing out the situation. And David, our chip leader at the table, a giant stack, is going to peel from the big blind. Going 3 ways to this flop. Aces versus king, queen off versus 4 deuce suited.
Need to wake up a little.
Not a whole lot going on for anybody outside of Aaron. Some back doors for David.
Check.
Check.
I'm probably gonna put, oh, Aaron checks it back. See, yeah, now David has an open ender. Kareem might try to take a stab at this. Aaron's gonna have to try to get some value here. Perhaps scared of getting jammed off by David again.
Yes.
But, I mean, you have aces. You have to, 1, protect your equity, and 2, get some value.
I believe he announced 9 million. He did. A larger bet, 2/3. Oh.
David gonna fold the open ender. Nice folds.
Nice hand, Bart.
Sorry, it's not David, it's David, actually.
Yes. Our apologies.
My American accent coming in too strong. Okay, 100 big blinds up the top that our man David has. And David at the bottom with 12. Distinct difference. I think he goes by Dave, though. Dave gonna try to spin it up.
Still has plenty to work with.
Yeah. Dennis with the snowman here in the cutoff.
Sitting on 20 big blinds exactly.
Yeah. Queen 10 on the button fold from Kareem. And David with king 10 suited in the small blind makes the call. Heads up to the flop. Probably not the person that Dennis wanted to be in the hand with, but you don't have a choice. He's gonna flop top pair.
Check.
And he's gonna continue running hot. Dennis does have a gut shot to go along with his pocket eights. Looking for an 8 or a 9. David just gonna call here with his top pair, second kicker. Ooh, turns 2 pair for David. Can he ever miss?
Oh, Dennis jams.
No.
Dennis jams and David
no.
snaps it off.
Oh no, you know David, our man David does not miss. Yikes. Good game, David. Or who is it? I always say the good game to David, but it is a good game for David.
Yes.
Good game. Dennis.
Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis.
Well played, sir.
You know, he's walking home today, but he's walking home with $44,000, almost $45,000. Everyone else making a $21,000 pay jump. $65,000 locked up for the remaining 4 players.
You're playing for first.
And Nikki, I know he just busted, but that is one of those spots where we have to look at some of the ICM implications. There's a stack that is pretty short, sitting at only 12 big blinds, and the pay jump is 21K.
Yeah, 21K. Yeah, David made a sick $21,000 pay jump with his 10 big blinds as the short stack, and that's why it pays to fold.
Simply by folding.
You are short at the final table.
Oh man, Kareem, you bluffed me out.
I did?
Yeah.
How do you know the hand?
Make sure you get your
you
cards.
got the hand?
Okay.
Like a snake against you.
When the king turned came in the turn.
Yeah,
you bluffed me
I
out.
got you.
Well done.
Should we look?
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't.
Four-handed at this final
Didn't want to see him
table.
anyways.
It has been a spicy run for David, our chip leader.
It's a joke.
Aaron's going to open the 10-8 suited on the button. Very reasonable open.
Looks like David is going to get in there with the 9-deuce offsuit.
Why not? 2 hearts for Aaron. Looking pretty good. As well as a gut shot or a double gutter.
Double gutter and a flush draw. This is
yeah, you can feel very confident c-betting that flop. Also just the best hand with 10 high. But I like David getting in there with the 10 deuce.
All right, guys. We are consolidated fully into this room. 261 is an accurate player count, you guys. And the results are in. 8 of 9 confirmed entries. We're looking at a prize pool up to 170.
7 deuce for 6 deuce. Let's go. Oh, David, of course, waking up with the king jack suited. Oh, in. Oh, putting the short stack. David, the test. David might just have to get in there with his king high. But I don't know. He's been pretty tight so far. Might wait for a better spot. He knows it's blind versus blind.
Yeah.
He could have the best hand right now.
I wouldn't blame him, and he does find the fold there. Obviously, we can see the cards. We can see the cards. That would
Poker's easy when you can see the cards.
100% it is.
If he could have seen the last hand that David played, 9 deuce offsuit, he might have made the call.
Yes, absolutely.
Saved himself by not knowing.
This was it.
And David's chips are continuing to grow. It's almost becoming a force on the table. I mean, I don't even know how else to describe this. It's covering.
Kareem just saw the hand where his pair of fives was good. He got bluffed off by Aaron.
I wonder when we saw Aaron walking out here if he was reacting to the fact that he knew he had the best hand because he saw the hand come up. And while we're watching him get bluffed, he's just blowing off some steam. I think that must be the scenario.
Could have been.
It could be very tilting. I mean, it seemed like he thought about it for a little bit, and that would have been a chip lead pot, basically.
What's up, my brother? Oh. I don't know if you're talking to me on the mic. That's why I don't know if you're talking what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. Ace-9 suited for David. Pocket kings for David S. The short stack. No better feeling than getting a premium pair like pocket kings when you need to double up.
No, I was trying to do it.
Against the chip leader that actually has a hand this time. I imagine he's going to be in there, and I imagine he's going to get spades or an ace.
Something tells me there might be an ace on this flop, but I'm just guessing.
David could not lose.
Michael.
Got some David on David action.
As we expected, this did not take long to get in. Ace-9 suited all in versus the pocket kings at risk. Can David continue to run hot at this final table, busting out nearly every player so far? Has it been every player so far?
Yeah,
big flop
much.
Coming. 27 million in the middle.
There's a spade. There's a 9.
More outs.
A lot of outs for David. Normally wouldn't be sweating kings, but against David, who has been running like the sun. There's the ace on the river.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. We knew it was coming too. We just knew because David cannot miss. How hot does this man run?
I don't know if I've seen anything like this. This might make for one of the best videos ever. He's busted every player, has he not?
Oh yeah, this would be my highlight reel. If I was David,
This is amazing.
Wow. Just wow.
I mean, the players are an absolute shock just the way that we are.
Yeah, I mean, because at Pocket Kings, I'm in David's shoes as the short stack with Pocket Kings, sweating when you shouldn't have to be. But because you know how hot David has been running, he even had the king of spades in his hand. So it wasn't even like, you know, it's like, okay, wait, maybe I'm safe from the flush draw.
Sometimes these final tables can be very drawn out and slow, but this has been the exact opposite of that.
When you have a Terminator at the table, we are no slow final tables. Everyone else, we're down to 3.
We're down to 3 players.
Down to 3.
If only there was a camera on you and I, the visceral reaction of us seeing that ace of clubs, that is unbelievable. I can't get over that. That's awesome.
David walking away with nearly $45,000 for a $500 buy-in. Great game.
Yes.
Everyone else making a giant pay jump. I don't know how much exactly that was, but I think the third place gets $99,000.
Oh, wow.
So jumping from 45 to 99,000, that's a $44,000 pay jump.
It's a big pay jump, nonetheless.
It's a very big pay jump.
And congrats to David. And obviously, our reactions were a bit overwhelming compared to how amazing you have done in this tournament. So congrats to you. Unfortunately, you ran into the brick wall that is David, but congrats on your massive run and large cash.
Aaron flopping top pair here with the ace king and the gut shot. David with a with a gut shot and a backdoor heart draw.
Backdoor royal flush, if you will.
Yeah, backdoor royal flush.
Hey, we always have to be on the optimistic side.
I don't think you have to be optimistic when you're David.
Yeah, very true.
I
mean,
you're just gonna get there.
I just imagine there's going to be a king of, an offsuit king like king of spades or something on the CERN.
Yeah.
Check.
All right, hard draw coming in for David. Incoming hard on the river. How much you want to bet? Any heart or any king is going to give David an out. He has 11 outs going into this river. And there's the king. We called it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching
something. Are we making the cards happen?
This could, I mean, we might be manifesting these cards.
We are helping this sun run from David. Aaron not feeling good about it. You should be fist pumping, but you're not feeling good about it.
And David checks the river. He checks the river.
No. How much you want to bet he's going to jam now because he's been jamming? The flush did get there on the turn, but I don't think he's worried about it at all.
Yeah, I think if you're David and you're going to pick a sizing, all in is the sizing.
A raise has been announced.
Appears to be 20 million, not even 3x.
Aaron not thrilled at all about this.
This is a very frustrating spot.
Call.
At least he didn't get jammed on, because that would be even more frustrating. And David has been jamming.
How much? 20 million.
Wow. Truly cannot miss.
He's my idol.
Imagine just being able to spike your good shots.
A card that gives your opponent top 2 pair and you the not straight.
This guy's crazy, bro. He's unbeatable, bro.
He is unbeatable. Absolutely unbeatable. Well, our players are going to go on a break right now, and as well as us here in the booth, they're letting us out of the janitor closet, but here are the chip counts. 155 big blinds. Wow. Wild.
Wow.
We'll see you in a few, guys.
We will be back.
Oh, what's up? You watching the game? Or maybe the one later? Put a little BetMGM action on it, and now any game becomes the game. When you got overs and unders, you're in it every time they throw the ball, kick the ball, dribble the ball. Maybe it's not even a ball.
Who needs a ball?
Now that bet's got you watching every inning, half, round, period, set, hole, a lap. Right from the edge of your seat.
Tap into BetMGM Casino, and you're entering a huge library full of exclusive games. Games you won't find anywhere else. Looking for jackpots? Right this way. You'll always find someone ready to give you a hand. Or some dice. Your favorite game is waiting for you. On America's #1 online casino.
Oh, it's about to be a party in here. BetMGM's got all the sports betting in one place. And it's live, baby. Ooh, we're placing money lines in real time. We got second half spreads and third set winners as they happen. Overs hitting in extra innings. Live is where the action is at. And with BetMGM, woo, I got the best seat in the house.
It's the BetMGM offer of the week. Get up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. For all the games, later this week. Set your picks and shoot your shot. And turn any game into a must-watch. Download the BetMGM app, and it's on.
Tap into BetMGM Casino, and you're entering a huge library full of exclusive games. Games you won't find anywhere else. Looking for jackpots? Right this way. You'll always find someone ready to give you a hand. Or some dice. Your favorite game is waiting for you. On BetMGM Casino.
It's the BetMGM offer of the week. Get up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. For all the games, all season long. Come out swinging with picks and parlays and turn any game into a must-watch. Download the BetMGM app, and it's on.
Fellas, 5 minutes.
I appreciate it, man. Oh, okay, you getting that bet in before the boom, huh?
Yeah, you LA all the way.
What? Oh, come on, man. You know it's Boston, baby.
KG, I understand why you said it, but it's LA.
Jay, are you serious?
You know what? It's LA.
Why are you standing up?
Because it's LA. You know what? You ain't scaring me. Let me tell you something. That ain't
It's Boston, Boston, Boston.
It's LA.
And we're back at the final table of the Almighty Million here at the Borgata Spring Poker Open, powered by BetMGM Poker. It has been a spicy, spicy final table. I'm Nikki Limo in the booth with Sethy Poker. Mr. Poker, how do you feel about this final table so far?
I'm just excited to see more hands, honestly. The whole break I just spent talking to people about how insane this is, and everyone is in accordance with us. This is absolutely crazy. And I also went over and looked at the chip stack of this man right here.
Oh, yeah, just to look at the mountain?
It looks almost more intimidating in person. I will share that.
Yeah, bigger in person. Camera makes the chips look smaller.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. That's what they say.
I've heard camera adds a few pounds, but it might just be my parents talking.
Blind versus blind here. All the players with 99,000 locked up, over 99,000 locked up from a $500 buy-in. Huge value here at this kickoff event. $1 million guaranteed. A gut shot here for, open ender here for Aaron.
And a gut shot for David.
And a gut shot for David. Which,
Wonder if it's going to be a... Okay, I would have lost my mind.
Right?
When we come down to three-handed like this, obviously the ranges are very, very wide. But what does it do with ICM implications if you are the shorts, or if you are the middling stack when, you know, chip leader is 244 million? And also what happens to ranges in general? Are we just playing basically every hand when there's one fold?
It depends. I would say everything depends. It depends on the people you're playing with and stuff. But here are the payouts. Yeah, 99,000 locked up.
That is a pay jump
with
right
like almost $50,000 pay jump to come.
Wow.
214,000 for first place with a $500 buy-in. Such good value here at these events at the Borgata Spring Poker Open, I will say. Now, David has been running like freaking fire.
Yeah.
If you're now just joining us, this man cannot miss. He has busted nearly everybody at this final table. He is our chip leader. He's been playing very well, you know, getting lucky, but also playing very well. Does not need luck to win. Aaron with a mystery hand here. But yeah, typically, if you're the shorter stack, you're trying to, if you're the middle stack, you're trying to wait for the short stack to bust. But it's anyone's game here. All with, you know, decent, very playable stacks. Ace Queen for Kareem, probably thinking about a jam. He has 16 big blinds.
Perfect, thank you.
See, personally here,
I'm all in.
yeah, I think that is the move.
And certainly, David will be finding a fold this time around.
Because you're gonna want to double up. You're gonna want to put the other stacks in a bind. He makes the fold. Yes, okay.
It
He
did
makes
almost
the
sound
fold.
like call.
I
there for
thought
a
he
second,
said call. Jam here was the move. Okay, Kareem picking up another hand here with the King-10 offsuit. Dominates David's 10-7 offsuit.
Once again, Ace Queen versus Queen 9 last time.
Kareem just going to complete the small blind to David. Both players with a club in their hand. Kareem with the best of it. I imagine he's going to call here. Gonna let it go.
Gonna
Okay.
let it go.
Okay, here are the current payouts, as we were discussing. Every player at the table locking up $99,000 U.S. American dollars.
Yo, that's not even right. It's just that I just can't even hold, like, I just can't, like, you know.
The $46,000 pay jump to come.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I promise you. I'm playing too loose passive. If I feel like you bluff it again, I'm not gonna let that pass through again. I won't let that pass through again. I promise that. That I promise.
Kareem does not like getting bluffed. He does not like getting bluffed.
No.
He has been so amped on seeing what hands have gone down.
And for the most part, his instincts have been pretty much completely correct.
And I think that's what makes him tilted a little bit, is that like doesn't like making the right read and then still letting the bluff get through. David is all in with the king-queen offsuit.
That didn't feel like it was a bluff.
They were good cards. Very good cards.
Alright, stack is yours. Dealers' blinds are going up next hand. We're going to be moving up to 2.4. Once again, the blinds are up next hand. We are going to be 2,000, 4,000, with a 4,000 big blind ante. Please switch decks to the black deck.
All right, pair of sixes for Aaron in the small blind. David probably going to be opening this 8-7 offsuit. He is the big stack by a long shot and just pushing the table around. Aaron not going to want to raise here, but does make the call. It is a limped pot. Kareem checking his option.
The middle, I grab it after I'm done.
I will,
so we don't have to take 10 minutes to get the flop out.
Good way too. I moved the chair, so.
Top pair for Kareem, who got a free flop. Ace on the turn might incentivize David to start betting. Oh, Kareem starts betting.
Kareem has now decided to bet this turn.
He does currently have the best hand.
I'm not judging you.
Aaron does make the call.
I win, have a 9.
You do win.
Gonna take it down with the Super
9-4.
Pro 9-4 offsuits. Yeah, just.
That's what happens when you allow the big blind to come in for free. Sometimes they have the best hand. I feel for Aaron, though. He didn't want to raise versus the giant stack, but the limping allows the big blind to just come in the pot.
I agree with you. I think if David had opened, and then it becomes a pure just call, you can never ever worry about it, and then big blind folds most of the time.
15, and then you'll have a 45-minute dinner break after level 15.
Aaron going to open the king 8 suited on the button.
A very pretty hand, full table, but three-handed definitely one that we're going to be getting in the mix with.
Probably going to call here, small blind. Makes the fold, okay. Fold also very reasonable. With the big stack behind you left to act. Though credit, David has not been getting out of line with the 3-bets pre-flop. Flush draw for Aaron.
Check.
And a pair for David.
Check.
Bit of a coin flip here on the flop.
Oh, of course, David just turns trips. Just gonna turn trips. Oh my gosh. I was thinking in my head to watch there be a 3 on the turn.
And I imagine David is going to find the raise here, and it's just a horrible spot for Aaron.
Just gonna call.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, well, that's nice for Aaron. Gets to see a river. Not gonna help out his hand.
And he
Does not want to take a stab at a bluff.
very wisely gives up.
Yeah. Aaron just thinking about how much money he saved.
You know what I'm saying? I know. I'd appreciate if you bully us a little bit less, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit less.
David doesn't even have to try to bully.
You know what I'm saying?
Cards just come for him.
Okay, I got it.
No problem.
See it.
They are a little different.
The cumulative winnings graph that all of us expected to see David up 163.
Just a cool 163 million. No big deal.
Nope.
Now sitting at 255 million in chips.
And if you look at all of those red numbers, that non-ironically adds up to about what David is up to, because all of those chips have gone to him.
And he's just going to get ace-king offsuit.
Against a beautiful king-jack suited, too.
Oh, wow.
Three-handed, this is cool.
Kareem's definitely going to open this. And David is probably going to jam on him.
Pull in.
Yep, there it is. Not a lot of simple 3-betting from David. It's either an all-in or a call.
Also not taking a lot of time with his thoughts.
No.
Just a pretty 1 second, yep, I have ace king, I'm all.
It's just a drop in the bucket.
Gonna be a much tougher fold for Kareem than some of his previous hands he was getting jammed on with. I think he still finds the fold here. He's got a lot to work with reasonably. Still has 19 big blinds behind if he folds. He just does not like getting bluffed, and he has been jammed on by David a few times, and there it is. He made the read, does make the fold. It's a good fold.
And gets the instant gratification of seeing that he would have been in absolute horrible shape had he made the call.
Which is so funny because, like, knowing that there's a player at the table that can't stand not knowing and is waiting for the cards to come up,
yeah.
I'm just not going to show.
Yeah.
But nice of David to show. Also, it just sucks finally getting a hand, pretty decent hand, and then just having the chip leader, a way better hand behind you.
I would say that's almost the most tilting part of it, is like having a pretty good hand and then just being forced to fold.
The thing is, if David makes a normal size 3-bet, I think that Kareem jams on him and he actually loses more money, or he actually might be busted from the tournament. So
Correct.
These all-in jams from David have probably been saving these openers money.
David is going for the kill in a lot of these situations, which I can't blame him.
Aaron with the king-jack offsuit on the button. Gonna open. Has 17 big blinds.
I'm all in.
Yeah, Kareem debating a shove, and he does make the shove. Quick folds from the other two. Yeah, credit to Kareem, he's really been picking his spots.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Kareem just took second place there in chips, but it is close. These two stacks are very, very close.
Very close.
Which makes the dynamic just even more difficult for them to navigate these.
So fun to be a big stack in this situation with the two other ones fairly even and vying for second.
He knows that all of their decisions are very, very close and tough. And he just gets to kind of make pretty easy decisions.
Big blind, big boy. Oh, yeah.
Everybody with junk hands this time. It's funny, everyone either has a hand or no one has a hand.
Yeah.
Well, David, of course, does flop a pair. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Probably just a 10 on the turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Better pair for Aaron on the turn. Oh, the 10's coming on the river.
Yeah, I see.
That's how he gets a little bit more Aaron's chips. There's also an ace on the board that David has been playing kind of trappy sometimes. Aaron might be a little scared. He's going to make the call.
15.
You have to. Oh, wow. He's going to make a raise.
You know, I think this could be easily for value here.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it at all.
It's very short, basically saying a river jam is coming.
Yep.
And David makes the fold. Great reads.
David deciding to open the Jack-5 offsuit.
Which is actually the best hand of the three.
It is the best hand of the three. It's hard to have Jack-High. He's just going to pick up the blinds, I believe.
Yeah. A little bit too loose to call there,
Sorry.
unfortunately. With the ICM implications in place. Huge pay jump between second and third place. Looking at a almost $50,000 pay jump. For, again, a $500 buy-in.
The pay jump is 100x of what they bought in. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
the
crazy.
pay jump alone. Players with nearly 6 figures already locked in at 99,500. Aaron with the king-queen suited on the button. Kareem might have decided to jam any ace. We'll see what he does with ace-deuce offsuit. I don't know. This one's questionable. And he does have a little bit more chips than he had before. Over 20 big blinds now. He should probably gonna wait for a better spot. Everybody with clubs in their hands too. Yeah, wait for a better spot. He considers it. He did jam with the ace-7 or ace-6 offsuit before. It's a club war.
Check.
Backdoor clubs for both. Aaron catching a queen on the turn.
Check.
$15 big blinds. 16. I'll try to get some value from this queen.
And David's gonna let it go.
Aaron happy to be dragging the pot, chipping up his stack.
You got to imagine that these guys, every time they put out a bet against David, they are worried that he is about to jam in their face.
Yes, because he does not have light raises, just all in for all of your chips.
It's never a min click, and it usually doesn't take more than 1 second. So after he doesn't jam for 1 second, you're like, okay, we're
probably
in the clear.
safe.
These guys are basically exactly even here. This is a battle.
Definitely a battle. Respect to all the players we have left on this final table. I'm going to open the button with Queen Jack offsuit. David with Ace-6 offsuit.
I call.
Making the call.
5.
And Aaron with deuces. Deuces with 20 big blinds. In normal areas of the tournament, maybe a jam, but on a final table,
5.5.
20 big blinds.
And again, I'm going to go to the live tell thing. The second you put your hands on your
fold.
head, I mean, yeah, the second you put your hands on your head and you lean back like that, I just don't think you can continue. I guess it's kind of just like a frustration thing, like why me in this spot? Just before you, I do that all the time, so I totally get it.
Check.
Top pair for Kareem. Backdoor diamonds.
And Kareem will c-bet and take it down. Oh, c-bet's fairly big.
Yeah, you don't want to allow David to see any more cards because he will get there.
He will.
Ace was coming. David with the King 10 offsuit. Gonna open on the button.
bad. Never mind.
Oh, just gonna call here. A limp on the button.
No, I didn't check. I didn't check. I know you. I knew it's my option.
Top and fold option is super big blind. Okay, so the pocket me, that's why.
Kareem checking his option.
Yeah, it was like a good.
Just wanted a little extra time.
Heads up.
Oh, does flop an 8. Top pair for Kareem, who was allowed to see a flop in this limp pot. David with the backdoor club draw. Ooh, clubs getting very dicey here on this turn.
Possibly the worst. And
Wow.
David is going to
All-in
turn
call.
his king of clubs into a bluff.
Oh, and it wasn't an all-in. Okay, bet 25.
No, he went all in.
Oh, he did. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I at first thought Kareem had gone all in, but yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Tough one there.
It just shows the power of David's abilities right now.
Yeah.
He is putting on a bit of a masterclass at the moment.
Kareem just going to complete the small blind. David checking his option. Currently with the best hand, King 8 offsuit versus Queen 4. Oh, Queen on the flop though for Kareem.
All in.
Snap jams.
Open ender for David's going to turn into a bluff again, and Kareem is yet again put into a tough spot.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing. You know you're getting bullied at this point. He limps. He never has ace king. He probably doesn't have king 9. Even king 8 is like the hugest ways.
It's tough with the kicker problems, but when you're short, you're getting bullied. Top pair feels like the nuts. David with the open ender. It's still like close to a flip here.
This one might be it, David.
58, 42% flip here.
I don't know, David.
Kareem only slightly ahead with his top pair.
What do you think I should do?
Honestly, I could care either way, but I have a very good chance to beat you here.
Yeah, you have a very good chance to beat me here.
Yes.
Okay. So you have a very good chance to beat me here.
Right.
So you have a king, possibly a 9. I don't think 9-8. Very good chance to possibly beat me here.
Mm-hmm.
Kareem trying to get a read, got some info.
I believe he got all the info he needs.
Yeah.
He literally knows exactly where he's
It
at.
still does not make the decision easier.
To see where I was at. I bet small to see where I was at.
Let's see where you're at,
I
Bet.
put my tournament life on the hands for this right here. What do you think? Think I should do it?
I think you should do it.
Think I should do it?
Yeah.
Think I should do it, David?
I mean, David's giving really honest
I don't know.
opinion.
This is a good hand for me right now. I feel like I gotta outdraw you, which is very hard to do against you. It's very hard to for you to miss your draws. You seem to hit all your draws.
He does seem to hit all of his draws.
I don't know.
And it's so close. Much easier to do when you're the chip leader.
This might be it, David. I don't know. I'm 50-50 still. I'm usually a little bit more than that. You gotta give me something. Give me a little tell.
This is
Give me a little
relatable.
tell, David. Give me a little tell. Give me a little tell. You gotta give me something.
I can't tell you anymore.
He's told you everything. You know what he has. You called it perfectly. Either a king or a 9 in his hand. It doesn't make the decision easier.
And honestly, if we look at his equity, he has 58%. And I think if you ran some fancy numbers here, it might actually just say to fold. Unfortunately, since he is technically ahead of Aaron.
I have to just snap him. So I bet a little small, little
Yeah, with a
$50,000
pay jump.
You did what I kind of wanted you to do, but you did it with a
very
little too much
tough.
confidence for me.
I think even if you told Kareem that he had a 58% equity, it wouldn't even make this decision easier.
Fold.
Nice fold.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think that is the correct decision.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good now, but it is a flip for $50,000.
Effectively, yes.
Yeah.
He outdraws everybody, though, bro. He outdraws everybody.
I know.
Maybe with a better kicker, you know, he would feel better about it.
Or
but,
even like any backdoors or anything. Yeah, it's just that's.
Because if you win this pot, if you're Kareem, you're still second place.
If I would have put a little bit more in that bitch,
did I tell you?
If I would have put a little bit more in it, then I would have. He would have to do it.
I told you everything.
No, it's fine, David. I appreciate you. What I'm saying is that I have to. I knew you was on the draw, David. I knew it. But the problem is that you hit every draw, bro.
He does. Kareem is not wrong. David has been hitting every single draw. Even with a just ace high, where his kicker is dead.
I would have folded that too if I knew exactly what he had.
See, exactly.
Yes.
Aaron says he would have folded even if he knew exactly what he had, and I think he is correct.
Because Kareem, he's already in second place.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to move to first place.
Nope. I shouldn't be playing like that. I should have played with my, you know what I'm saying? I'm a favorite, but god damn.
We wouldn't fault you either way, Kareem.
Damn.
David again waking up with a hand, ace jack. I think he snap jammed. Yeah, he snap jammed. You don't have to guess, at least, you know? He's either got a hand or he's got a strong draw when he jams on you. Which only makes it worse because you're the one that has to take the gamble. But, yeah. David sitting pretty. Could completely double someone up and still be ahead by miles.
It looks like a fake. It looks like a Egyptian pyramid, so to speak. Like it looks like New York City if you do painting from an airplane or something. Like all the buildings and everything.
Dealers switch decks back to the red deck. Players, this is your final level before your 45-minute dinner break. As we approach the end of this level, I will remind players that we will be doing the purple chip color up. We would appreciate it if one table captain would buy up a majority of those purple chips.
David gonna raise this 10-6 offsuit, gets both the blinds to fold. Just stealing the blinds now. Why not?
So good. But that's what's going to make the highlight films. When I chop it down, they're going to be like, yo, look at the way he started. This kid came from nothing. I'm going to be a highlight film at the end of this when this shit is over.
I like thinking that way.
I agree with you. If Poker.org is listening, I think that is a request for a highlight reel. So let's see if we can make that happen for him.
I'm just playing.
The hero story. We're all the heroes in our own mind.
The bulls and take that shit over.
Yeah, they'll stick their horn in you. Be careful.
He said they're going to put a horn someplace. I heard a mumble. I didn't hear what he said, where they was going to put it. I just heard a horn.
I didn't say where. I said that's.
You said, yeah.
4.5.
Aaron gonna open the ace deuce offsuit. All right. David gonna call this with the queen six suited. Why not?
One, two. Right.
You can see a lot of flops with his giant chip lead. Absolutely putting the other players to the test.
Here comes your phone now.
Aaron flops the deuce.
Check.
Check.
And the backdoor nut flush draw. See if he turns more equity on. Oh, wow. These open-ended draws for David. He's just going to shove on you. And now Aaron, with just the deuce, is in the lead. but cannot make the call.
This is probably the 5th or 6th time that David has jammed an open.
And he shows. And he shows. David is sitting pretty.
David is trying to bully. He did. You bullied me, David. You took my book bag. My lunch money was in it.
Took my book bag. My lunch money was in it. Kareem feeling bullied at the table by David. Hey, David can't help that he just catches cards. He's stealing the lunch money equally from both of the remaining other players. Again, these top 3 remaining players have $99,000 locked up, over $99,000 locked up. About a $50,000 pay jump. Wow, Aaron waking up with the birds. American Airlines.
We definitely find some min raises off the stack size, right?
This is a call, I believe. And there are some calls here as well.
For sure. Especially when playing. This is probably a really good spot for Aaron to allow David to play the way that David.
Oh, it's a raise. Okay, it is a raise. Gets it folded. Doesn't want to take any chances, and I get it.
Of course, no, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're short stack at the table. You got to get as many chips. Get some chips where you can get them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, David has been opening every hand, as one does with this massive of a chip lead. Taking the blinds down every hand. The slow bleed is so hard as the shorter stacks.
Yep.
Because to play heads up with David as well, you need to get that double up. You need it to come from somewhere.
You really just need to make a thick value hand, something that has, you know, a lot of value in it, and just hold on. That's, he's going to put you to the test, and you just got to pray you make a hand one of these times.
Green with the Jack-10 suited, possibly a good hand to jam with. Under 20 big blinds, 15 big blinds. I think I just jam here. It's going to be a raise. Gets the fold. Hey, if you don't have to risk all the chips to get the fold, you're okay.
David does seem to be dodging when he's supposed to dodge and dipping when he's supposed to dip. He's playing very well. Seems to be having some really, really good reads when he decides to make big moves. It's basically been right every time.
Yep. Both the other two players now under 20 big blinds. Looking for a double up to be able to compete heads up. Heads up to the flop.
Check.
Both players hitting a 7. Aaron with the better kicker.
Check.
whatever. My kicker is not good. Oh, doesn't matter. It's a chop.
It's a chop. You can't even win with the best hand.
So frustrating for Aaron.
Cheers.
All right, what are
Clear floor.
Pair of fours for Kareem.
And he's gonna lead here.
Oh, he just bet to take this one down. Yeah, he does. We've been so focused on these tournaments. What they don't tell you is that the Borgata, the MGM, also has an amazing cash game scene. If you aren't so much of a tournament poker grinder, the cash area has more tables than you could possibly count, and the games are running 24/7. So I implore you to come down and check those out. The action is amazing, if I do say so myself. Kareem's going to fold a 7-deuce face up, as you must, blind versus blind. This is an interesting stat. I don't think we've seen the V-pip pop up too much.
Oh, yeah.
David's playing 66% of hands. And Kareem and Aaron, pretty standardly, they're playing 33% and 30 respectively. A lot of that probably changes once you get down to 5, 4, 3-handed.
Ace-king for David. Well, because why not?
Because why not? You just have to hope and pray that Aaron doesn't have a hand here.
I don't think he needs to hope or pray for anything. He's David.
This is about the opposite of having a hand.
He's not going to check his option with the 7-deuce.
Now is not
wow.
the time to be a hero.
No.
I believe has he already announced all in? He has.
Yeah. Yeah. He's smiling under that. Why did I make a move there? Incorrectly reading the limp as weakness. Because David's just been limping every small blind.
He has. He has.
I actually think it's been opposite. He's only raised the ones that he's very weak with.
Yeah, I think you are correct there.
I think Aaron's just going to have to jam this. E6 will dominate. Oh, no.
It's just surprising.
Aaron with 10 big blinds. Probably should be jamming any ace, but
But he gets a chance here. Kareem getting involved with the King 10 suited. Aaron is praying for fireworks.
2 hearts for Kareem. Plus the King High doing well. 90% chance. Puts in the chips. David, nothing to call off with, so Kareem gonna drag a small pot. Every little bit counts.
Especially when it is helping you create a bigger gap from Aaron. It's just so valuable for
Definitely.
the team right now.
Raises the 7 deuce, doesn't jam the ace though. Maybe a little tilted from his previous move, and
perhaps. We've all done things at the poker table that we look back at and you're like, yeah, that was pretty dumb, but you know.
Yeah, it does happen. It's just tough because the blinds come around so fast when it's 3-handed that you kind of have to take every opportunity you can. Kareem with the pocket 5s here. David with the ace-queen offsuit. Doesn't look like a jam. Interesting, interesting. Just going to be a raise.
I mean, if he did jam, it's just a snap fold, right?
Absolutely.
Well, it's just
the pocket 5 is my favorite hand. Let's just be very clear right now. But the ace on the flop is, of course, going to be there. And interesting lead by Kareem. Yeah, I don't. The limp call and then lead on an ace-high board with 2 broadways. I don't know if I would lead there, but
I do know that in cash, pocket 5s works as a really nice check raise on these boards, but this is not cash, and it was not a check raise. So I'm not 100% sure either, but maybe Kareem has a live read that he was going on.
He has been doing what he calls see where I'm at bets.
Yes, yeah, totally fair. That may be what we just saw. And he found out.
Yeah.
Where he was at. And David has been showing every single hand. So there are no questions anymore.
No questions. And if he doesn't show, you're going to see it on the live stream.
Yeah.
Jacks for Kareem. Pair of jiggities.
Two quick folds for the pocket jacks. One of the worst hands in poker.
Did each person have a jack?
Oh, yeah.
I think those are all the jacks were out there.
I think David had 7-6. Oh, no, did he have jack 6?
There was David had a jack in his hand. It was jack 6. But I thought I quickly saw another jack.
You may be correct.
From Kareem.
Well, he wasn't going to flop a set, and they weren't going to make a pair. So.
Good folds.
Good folds.
I mean, another jack from Aaron, not Kareem had 2 jacks. 2 jacks.
David's chip stack is such a wall that it starts.
Oh my gosh. As you were saying?
As I was saying, it starts on the left of the dealer and just goes all the way to the right of the dealer.
Yeah, chips are definitely just pouring in to that side. Fortunately for these guys, nothing much to call with. Kareem going to check his option. David had just limped with the pocket aces from the button. And just flops the set. No, Kareem got a pair. Oh, no.
Flops a set when you don't want to flop a set.
Flops a set. Now getting value from Kareem. betting what he thinks is a safe bet with his pair of 10s.
Can David just
he's
find
just
a card?
he's going all in.
Did he go all
Snap
in?
jam.
How the fuck am I losing this fucking hand? Excuse my language, sorry.
If you can say it, I can say it.
No.
My bad, my bad.
How am I losing this?
Because David played very tricky. He actually correctly limped the aces on the button, playing the effective stack. Which is why it's so confusing for Kareem.
Yeah. It would have been a really nice spot for David to find a just call, I think, but...
Does make the fold. Nice fold there. I mean...
Unbelievable, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Didn't even need the set to win. But it's just extra salt in the burn.
Yeah, I mean, if that ace is a deuce, then...
The thing is, though, he's saving Kareem money because if he makes a regular c-bet size...
Yes.
Or of a regular raise size or whatever.
Yeah. Somehow as play they get
Gonna
that
keep extracting and milking the value. So should be thanking David for this these jams. Although
Yes.
it sucks to get jammed on when you make a pair.
I think deep down he is thanking him. He's just a little frustrated that
absolutely.
he has
For someone at the table to run this hot on top of you not running hot is like
in the moment he's probably wishing like, why can't I
hurtful.
have pocket 10s right now? But little did he know it doesn't matter if you had 2 pair or set, like he was dead. So
yeah.
All in.
Oh my gosh.
what does he have? King high?
Kareem calls from the small blind. David jams with the king high. Just making these players bleed.
I would qualify this as a masterclass.
It's going to be a very quick heads-up match, unless one of these players can just go on a massive double-up streak.
Yeah, if David is the one that busts one of these players eventually, and it's not the other, they're going to be left with
Very
crumbs.
tough. Both under 10 big blinds.
Even if they stack each other, they have, you know,
not even 20 big
14
blinds
bigs, yes.
between the two of them. Kareem just going to have to shove this ace. Yep, there it is. Shoves the ace-9 offsuit.
Players, in just about 5 minutes, you are going to go on that 45-minute break. Please start selling off your pink chips, one player at the table, so that we can do the race-off while you're at that break. And those 500 chips, please have the chip leader at each table buy them.
Aaron, I think, has about 3.5 big blinds left. Something like that.
Yep. And that is going to be the nuts if you are Aaron. King 5 suited is a great when you have 3 pigs.
Yep.
Yeah.
David knows he can just jam with napkins because literally can't make a dent in his stack.
And David has a very, very, very playable hand when you see all 5 cards. But Kareem wants to get a count. This could be one of those spots where if you call,
Kareem, you're not calling.
And you know David's going to call, it's like if David wins, you still get second.
They're both all in.
6 million would be him, but I'd be all in side pot. I'll fold.
Yeah, you've been very good at picking spots, Kareem.
Here it is, a chance to get down to 2 players. Aaron at risk. With King 5 suited, he's ahead currently, but as you can see by the equities, it's nearly a flip, 60-40.
Heart's looking good, but trips for David.
That's a full house.
Oh, wait. No, okay, sorry. I missed the 8. How did I miss the 8? What the hell?
This is unbelievable.
Wow, and the heart comes through just to add salt in the wound.
Just somehow.
Good game, bro. Good game.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, full house on the flop for David.
Oh,
Jesus.
I mean, I don't think whether it's
How did I
trips
miss
or-
that 8?
Whether it's with trips or full house, I think that was the same year.
I thought he still had a chance.
Yeah,
He did
unbelievable.
not have a chance.
Wow.
Wow. Unbelievable run for David.
And, we could have said something before the flop like, well, the way David has been running, but we don't need to at this point.
We don't need to.
He's going to flop
It's
a
there.
full house. He's going to flop trips, whatever it is.
It's a wrap, baby.
Well played, Aaron.
It's a wrap, baby. It's David versus Goliath. Watch.
Okay.
We got a chance to talk to Aaron before the tournament started, and he's just a really nice guy, and he seemed to have a really optimistic outlook going into this final table. Happy for how well he did. I mean, that's an amazing third-place finish, I'm sure.
Yeah, walking home with $99,000 in your pocket ain't too shabby for a $500 buy-in.
No, it is not. I bought into a tournament once for $400 in cash for $650. So
wow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so you know what it feels like.
Yeah, I've been amongst the stars every once in a while. There's nothing wrong with him in cash, but yeah.
And Kareem making a massive pay jump. He's actually locked in for $145,000 for a $500 buy-in.
That is such a big win for Kareem. But now you got to ask yourself, if you're in Kareem's shoes, with 9 big blinds, what does our range look like? Obviously, we're not really min raising off anything. But are we jamming any suited Broadway?
Yeah, basically you're jamming a lot of hands. It doesn't even need to be suited. Big cards, pocket pairs. You can hear Kareem ranting in the background about how good David is running. He's really going to have to make quite a streak here to compete heads up. But regardless, he's pocketing $145,000 right now off a $500 buy-in.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
It is incredible.
The value here at the Borgata Spring Poker Open here in Atlantic City, powered by BetMGM. There's so many events, many guarantees, something for everybody, and just tremendous value, as you can see here.
Yeah, something for everybody is definitely how I would explain it. The main event's coming up. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
And what is the main event here?
The main event is the championship event with a $2 million guarantee.
Wow.
It's a $2,700 buy-in. There are quite a few flights. There's 2 flights. Sorry, there are 2 flights.
I imagine the stars will be out for that. That's super exciting.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday next week, May 9th and 10th.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So you heard it here. If you're on the East Coast and you're within driving distance, or if you have a flight available, you got a weekend coming up, anything, get down here to the Borgata. The action's amazing. Live cash games, more tables than you can count. I promise you they're good games. And obviously, as we've been talking about all day so far, the tournaments are the best in class. If you are Kareem here, I mean, if you double up twice, you're kind of in a spot where you can play some poker, no? Like 27 big blinds heads up. There's been crazier things done, no?
A double up would give you 18 big blinds.
Two double ups.
A couple double ups needed here, but still, yeah, we've seen worse. Chip in a chair. People have spun up from much less, and Kareem, it's anyone's game. Yeah. In tournaments, you know, all it takes is you've seen David have quite a run.
Yeah.
If Kareem starts having a similar run, you just never know what's going to happen. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Heads up in any sense is amazing, but to beat out 3,400 runners is quite incredible. So either way, patting yourself on the back.
Absolutely.
For getting to this point.
I think what happens sometimes when you have 9 big blinds and your opponent has 103, it can become really easy to just close your eyes and shove a lot of hands. But you still have to hold on to the fact that crazy things do happen, and you still have 9 big blinds, which obviously heads up can be pretty suffocating.
Well, you're losing 2 big blinds per every other hand. So you're going to kind of have to shove with a lot of hands and get the money in the middle. But
you really just got to hope to see something decent within the first 3 hands.
2 live cards for both of you. So
Yep. And obviously there's going to be a lot of 50-50 situations. But
I think it helps in my mind if I'm Kareem. It's like the odds are so stacked anyway, and I'm walking out with $145,000 no matter what.
Yeah.
I feel much more like, you know what?
Here we go.
We've played a good game.
Yeah.
This guy has been running hot. I'm praying to the poker gods.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm putting the chips in the middle and praying to the poker gods.
Fair enough then. Yep. David Adam Castrillo putting on an absolute masterclass in this final table. He has busted every single player. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost certain that's correct.
I think so.
He has busted every single player, and even 2 players ago, he was the only person that had chipped up since the final table had started, which is an absolutely insane stat. And you saw the VPIPs. He's playing about 66% of hands. It's probably higher than that now.
I also love the way he turned because when we were full ring, he was playing pretty tight, flatting queens, you know, and then you saw the gears change when we got shorthanded, and his chip stack was massive. He played just like you should as a big stack, which is really great to see.
Yeah.
For a minute, I thought maybe he would be a passive big stack because of the way that the early on cards were going out, but yeah, he turned it around, and he has been just playing brilliantly and also running very hot.
Yep, I do agree with you. I can see the YouTube video now. Final table masterclass. Maybe there's a GPI in his future, but no, this is absolutely awesome. I can't wait to see the compilation of back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back knockouts.
So, Sethi, you think does this make you want to start playing tournaments at all, a little bit?
Every time I watch a tournament, it makes me want to start playing tournaments. Like, obviously everybody's dream when they think of being a poker player, they think of those big
bracelet.
They think of the bracelets. They think of the large field.
Glory.
Yeah, they think of being on ESPN with the hoodies and the sunglasses and just being unreadable. And yeah, like obviously sometimes that happens in cash games, but no, that really is the tournament dream. I don't know. I think I've had some friends say to me that are like, I give you a year and a half and you'll be playing MTTs, and I'm like, we'll see.
That's about how much it took for me. Yeah, I remember I'm a cash player, and then I moved to Vegas, and it was my first year I was ever going to even see the WSOP. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just learn how to play tournaments just so I can make a little min cash and sit down. And, you get that first deep run, and you're hooked. That's like they get you. They really get you, because your ROI is just, when you do have a deep run, is just so much. You're never gonna do that in a cash game.
Yeah, fair.
Like buying in, for this example, $500. You'll never buy into a cash game for $500 and walk away with $214,000.
That makes sense.
Doesn't happen.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then, like you said, the glory and stuff. It's just the variance that gets very tough on a cash player mind. For me, starting in cash and then going through the swings of the variance in tournaments is hard, because you're just used to majority winning sessions, and in tournaments it's the opposite. But your ROI is so much better when you do win.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And maybe there'll be some online poker in my future as well. I know here in New Jersey, there's a lot of amazing online poker here, stuff that MGM offers themselves. But speaking of the dream, this right here is the dream. These two are the last heads up in a massive, massive field tournament.
Oh, and there's the trophy there on the table. I love this Borgata trophy.
Look at that.
That is what the building looks like, and it's clear, it's heavy, it's beautiful.
That's what we were before.
I think that would look nice on anybody's office desk or wherever you want to plant
trophy shelf.
So tight.
All right, Kareem looking for a spin up here with his 9 big blinds. Gonna have to be aggressively all in quite a few pots. And to be fair, the heads up is the least studied. And he's shoving with the 9-8 offsuit. We have immediate all in and a fold from David. Like I said, he's gonna have to do some aggressive all ins, and he right off the bat all in with 9-8 offsuit. David with 307 million in chips versus Kareem's 32 million. 10 times the stack of his opponent.
Somehow we're going to see a non-all-in flop here.
Yeah. And David is going to get a pair on the flop, of course.
All in. I said all in.
Makes it very easy for Kareem.
dealer has the all-in button very close on hand.
Yeah. Now every other hand, Kareem is dwindling 2 big blinds. Gonna be an all-in here from Kareem.
I do imagine.
All in.
There it is, and a fold from David. You have to win enough to stay alive when your stack is this short.
Winning the hand on your big blind is a lot more important than winning the hand on your small blind, correct? Obviously, for obvious reasons, just because of that big blind ante is just so consuming.
Not a hand. No. See, the 6-3 off, I think Kareem should be all in or folding, and that's maybe one that wouldn't. But hey, David's letting him see a flop, so that's great. That's great. And look at that. You got 2 pair.
Oh my gosh. And he's going to get a double up here if everything goes smooth. I don't want to jinx him. I don't want to jinx him.
Quite a few outs for David.
The commentator curse. But
9 outs for David. A 7, a 5, a 4. David does not get there, so Kareem does get the double up.
That's step 1 of a multi-step process to getting back in this thing.
11.5 and over 20.
10, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
27.5.
Look at David's chip stack. Like, doesn't make a dent.
Doesn't make a dent.
But it's massive for Kareem to get this double up. Now with a playable stack, 22 big blinds.
Absolutely.
No, that big.
Went from 10 to 1 to 5 to 1.
Which in retrospect is a pretty big jump.
Yeah. Pocket 9s for Kareem.
All in.
Call. Call, Kareem. Call.
Call.
Makes the call.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We're all in again.
It is a flip.
Kareem at
But
risk.
Kareem really looking for this double up, and this is a great hand to get it on. Gotta fade 3 outs from David, which has been proven very hard to do.
Now some backdoor straight options for David. It's not one of them. It's going to be a king and a king alone.
Does not get there, and Kareem does make the other double up. This is going to go on the highlight reel he was talking about. Coming from nothing, now up to about 40-something big blinds, 44 big blinds. Sizable stack. Needed that double up to even stand a fighting chance. Those 2 double ups in a row really making a difference to this heads-up match.
Well, what do you mean? Those are 10.
Yeah.
So that's 40.
A little bit closer now.
8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
Yeah, that is
16.
almost manageable to look at. I mean,
yeah.
It's almost hard to believe that we just looked at it and it was 9 big blinds to 103, and now we are here.
Yeah. Chip in a chair, everyone. Just need a few things to go your way.
It's kind of like what we were saying on break.
Everything can change.
Crazy.
10 was 16. Yep.
Does make it a lot more fun to watch a heads-up match when it's not an ant versus elephant.
Absolutely.
3, 4, plus 16, and 16 and 8. No, 16. 60. Oops. That's right. It's yours. It's just one to me. Right here, sir.
Okay.
Kareem looking down at the ace king.
10 million.
My fault.
We also got to imagine, we're thinking a lot about Kareem here, but there's got to be a lot of thoughts going through David's mind as well, as he was seemingly a, I mean, was it 10-1 favorite? And now he is a...
Not 2-1.
Not 2-1. Or now 2-1? Is it 2-1?
Less than.
A little less than 2-1?
Yeah, less than double.
And that does some, poker's a very emotional game that does a lot to you, so we'll see how he handles the almost tournament up-stuckness and continues to battle here heads up, which is obviously a very gritty form of poker.
7.
Is this the octo crab we were talking about? I believe
It is.
I believe it is. The 8-3, everybody. Also known as the octo crab. Spread it around, let your friends know.
Yeah, I think it's a good fold.
He is
there.
going to fold it.
There's like a small portion of the chart that's a fold, and I think that's one of them.
I think that
Cairo, take notes.
Yep, I believe that is a fold. Although it is statistically more probable to make a good hand. Write that one down in your poker notes section. I promise it's
Oh, yeah,
true.
is this advice?
Yeah, don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up, but I promise it's true.
When it's your favorite hand, you're more statistically able to make your hand.
Yes, yes. That is how it goes.
One seat, one. You're 60 or 5?
It's always fun to see the equities pre-flop when it's heads up. Kind of get to see like
7.
how different hands run against each other.
Yes, it is very interesting.
This one, 10-7 offsuit, is a 60% against the 4-3 suited.
Which is a very playable hand heads up, and he will defend.
I love playing with equity calculators.
It usually just makes me realize how bad I am at calculating stuff. I'm like, oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, trips for David. And a pair for Kareem.
This is a bit of a nightmare situation if you're Kareem.
Gross.
I don't really know if we can ever go broke in this spot, but you're definitely going to lose some chips.
Yeah, now that when Kareem had 9 big blinds, definitely all the chips are getting in the middle. But now that Kareem has 41 big blinds, he doesn't need to really go chasing too hard.
10 million.
But heads up, when you make a pair, you typically are going to be calling, no matter like how big the pair is.
Is that a raise for? Oh no.
Oh, did Kareem just jam?
He did.
Oh no.
No, sorry. Kareem raised to 30
raise,
million.
and then David snap jammed.
Yep.
I see.
And I understand the raise from Kareem. Obviously, your hand needs a lot of protection.
And, yeah, and David has been jamming with his draws, too. So Kareem might think that he's just on a flush draw.
it's possible.
But calling an all-in, even on a flush draw with a pair of 4s and a 3 kicker,
you're likely pretty close to 50 because a lot of their payouts are going to be good too.
You can pick a better spot. Although it does feel bad to go from 40 big blinds to, oh no, he called. He makes the call. Oh no. There is a less than 1% chance for Kareem to win. He needs to go runner quads.
Yep.
For Kareem, not happy with himself for making the call. But I feel, it's been building up all day. It's not just the one hand. It's the continuously getting jammed on. And who makes a runner quads?
And just like that.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. David running so pure. Running like the sun. Whatever David eats for breakfast, can we just have some?
We need some of it. Quad 10s to win the tournament.
Wow.
We have a champion.
We do have a champion. The champion of our Kickoff Almighty Millions event.
Outlasting thousands of players.
Yeah.
They're gonna get all the chips. Just make sure they have everything right. But there is no need.
3,400 runners, and our champion, David. Fancy last name.
Absolutely, he's gonna put the jacket on like he was never here. Shake a couple hands.
But regardless, Kareem walking away with a 6 figures, $145,000 for second place. Good game.
It's unbelievably awesome.
Absolutely good game. $500 buy-in.
Yep. Congrats to both of these two players. This is an absolutely amazing accomplishment. But David, raise that trophy, sir. You are so deserving. This was an absolute masterclass of a final table, and I can't wait for us to chop it up for you because you busted every single person, and I don't know how many times that's been done, honestly.
What's cool about these tournaments is that when you win, that is every chip that was in play for the entire tournament. For 3,400 people's buy-ins, you have every single chip that every one of them got.
Unbelievable. What an amazing feeling. Congrats to these players, everybody on the final table. They played their hearts out. They outlasted thousands of opponents, and just such an enjoyable night watching David play the poker that obviously he came to play and just taking it down. So you want to sign us off?
Yeah, Sethi and I will be in the booth. I do not want to sign off. Yeah, actually, Sethi. I have graphics that I'm going to talk about.
Yes,
and
of course.
I know you want to see them.
Yeah, there are some really cool graphics coming. I don't know why I would suggest that.
You're just a silly man is why. Another shot of the quad 10s. You just wait till you see these graphics.
Just wait till you see these graphics. Honestly, though, the winner's photo might be the best part of all of this. I have no photos of me playing poker.
Check out poker.org
yes.
for the photos. I just saw Matt in the field, our resident photographer, taking the pictures. He takes phenomenal photos. In fact, if you play any of our events, you can find photos of yourself on poker.org. He's been in the field every day snapping photos of our players.
Correct. And if it's not enough fuel to your fire, if you win the tournament, you get a very nice personalized photo of you holding that gorgeous trophy. Also, just the money that you make. But the trophy and the photo are also very, very worth noting.
Absolutely. And look at these graphics. The payout of $214,000, $615. And Kareem walking away with $145,642 American US dollars in your pocket after a $500 buy-in. Must feel nice.
Must be the dream. That is the dream right there.
That is the dream right there.
Congratulations to all these players. It was an exciting final table. Extremely action-packed, and I hope you all, as the viewers, enjoyed it because there wasn't much downtime. I mean,
it was a firecracker match. But Sethi and I will be in the booth tomorrow for our live stream event.
Correct.
A live stream event. We had one last night, and there's another live stream event. I'm not sure what the stakes are tomorrow night, but we will be here in the booth calling the cards. So come back and join us and get yourself down to Borgata. The Spring Poker Open, powered by BetMGM Poker, has been phenomenal so far. So many fun events. I will be playing the ladies event on Monday, and I'm going to try to talk Seth into playing a tournament. So we'll see you out there. We'll see you tomorrow. Be good. Be well.